Yo, what's up, guys? Hello.
Walker, Shoemaker, Colby, Roth, Kevin, Vince was good. Let's try to keep it short today, Vince, shall we? Less than 30 minutes, maybe? Maybe even less than 25. That'd be spectacular. Maybe even just like a 20-minute video. That would be heavenly. Let's try to keep it away from 45 today, whatever it is that you decide to request. Okay. Okay. Nope. Oh. This. A little too aggressive. That's better. Felt like I was in a fucking dance club. And it was just on a loop. There's one video in particular that I wanted to watch, guys. And I think I put it in my watch later. I think it's part of the same. Bruh. I really gotta clear this shit up. Yeah, so it's from the same channel that we watched the Trump meltdown videos, but now they're just losing their minds because he officially became president. I don't understand the two freakouts. I don't, and someone help me explain. So, there was an election. He won. You cried. Why are y'all crying again? Don't make any sense. What did you think was gonna happen? I don't understand the two instances of tears. That don't make no sense to me. Like, what, you think it was just gonna get reversed? You think it was just gonna be like, oh, we were kidding. Oh, psych, we fucked up. It's actually her. No, what are you talking about? Oh, we found a loophole in the Constitution. You're out, Donald. She's actually in. No, what are you talking about? Why cry twice? Lord. But hey, man, we're talking about people that literally believe everything that the media tells them. So, I mean, it's not really nothing to be surprised about. I'm sorry, I'm trying to clear my glasses. I can't read chat. Hold on. But it's titled Liberals are losing their minds after Trump officially became president. Yeah, I just don't understand that. Like, he already won, man. What are you... Bro, I would just keep cleaning you until you're clean. I don't give a fuck. It kind of reminds me of, like, I kind of want to compare it to, all right, you are a sports fan, right? And let's just say, for the sake of argument, let's just make this easy. You hate the New York Yankees. You hate them. And you're the type of person that sometimes you'll buy tickets just to go boo them. Nothing wrong with that. Could be fun, just as good as going and watching your favorite team play. And if your favorite team is playing against them, then it's a win-win, right? So You boo the Yankees, right? You boo them. You boo them. You boo them. World Series comes along, right? They win. And you're like, oh, well, fuck. That sucks. Oh, well. Next year. However, that's not the end of their victory. When it comes to sports, this happens in baseball. It also happens in basketball. And I don't know how it goes in football, but I'm pretty sure it happens in football. But they got to make those rings. You know what I'm saying? So you're booing the Yankees, but the Yankees win the World Series, and then a couple months later, because that's how long, actually, a year later, because I think that's how long it takes to make rings for the whole team. I think they get the rings presented to them a year after they won the championship, right? So chances are at the beginning of the next season is when they will receive their championship rings for the prior season, correct? Right? And that'd be like the person that booed the Yankees all fucking year, and then they fucking won the World Series. Instead of going home, he's gonna come back to just boo them getting the rings. For what? Because usually they do the ring ceremony at home, at their home stadium, and that'd be like you crossing state lines just to go to their home stadium, just to boo them on their ring presentation day. Took me a while to get there, but I got there. It's like that, man. It's just like, who cares? I thought y'all'd be over this by now, but lucky for us, y'all aren't. And y'all are never gonna be. Y'all aren't gonna be happy until y'all put a really, really dumb, stupid fucking wench in office. That's what I think. Because, you know, we already got the black guy in there. We need woman. That's what we need. And then she'll fucking suck, and then they'll put it in the history books that she was good, and then we'll be like, nah, and they'll be like, shut the fuck up, and we'll be like, whatever. And then time will go on. That's kind of how that's gonna go. Yo, Captain Rex, what's good? Richard, what's good? TikTok maybe? I'm sorry. I just now started reading chat. I spent like a whole last minute cleaning my glasses and I couldn't see. Oh. Okay, alright, I didn't miss. Perfect. Let's go. I'm down. Oh. Candace Owens or Tulsi Gabbard as POTUS. Bro, to be honest, I don't know. I don't know that many females in politics. So I would have to say that as long as, bro, any Republican, really. They're less dumb than Democrats. I don't care who the female is, as long as it's a Republican. To be honest. And as far as Democrats, it doesn't matter what gender they put up. Their ideas are stupid all around. So
hey guys.
Not to say that everyone on the right is smart, because there's some fucking idiots. And there's some fucking stupid ass people that believe these idiots, but I've heard more things that make sense come from the right than I've heard from the left. That's why I would venture to
You know, some
support them a whole hell of a lot more. Even though I fall in the middle. Everyone always wants you to pick a side. And since no one ever picks my side, because again, it's in the middle, then I usually just find myself just paying attention to the main two sides, really. Left and right. So it kind of sucks, dude. It's like being in the middle, I see both sides for having a lot of fucking stupid. As opposed to you're not in the middle. You lean whichever way and you think that only one side is smart, one side is stupid. Bro, there's dumb and there's smart and dumb on both fucking sides, and to an equal amount and to an equal degree. There's just so much of it, dude. It's ugh. All right. Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Sore loses! Sore loses! Shut the fuck up! Sore loses! Sore loses! Shut the fuck up! Sore loses! Sore loses! Sore loses! Shut the fuck up!
Oh.
Sore loses! Sore loses! Shut the fuck up! Sore loses! Sore loses! Shut the fuck up! Sore loses! Sore loses! Sore loses! Sore loses! Fair and square, baby! This is fair and square! 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 Sore loses! This is what democracy looks like! Yeah!
1 million votes.
Sore loses!
1 million
That's right!
votes.
You lost!
1 million
You
votes.
lost! You lost!
You're gonna
You
live with
fucking
it.
lost!
You're gonna live
And
with
you
it.
lost!
You're gonna live with it.
Sore lose! You're gonna live with it too! We've been doing this for always American history! You
Oh, dude, this guy's great, man. Right now, he's doing what all of us want to do. It's just we either don't have the time or just don't have the energy because fuck it. But that's hilarious. Oh my god. So crazy. Look at this.
Million votes.
Sore loses!
Hold on. Look at that. Look at that. That picture pretty much sets the tone. This right here pretty much sets the tone for 2025. I think so. Right there. Look at that. That's America. Right there, ladies and gentlemen. For sure. You can't mistake this shit anywhere else. Oh my god.
Democracy looks like it!
1 million
goddamn.
votes.
Sore loses!
1 million
That's right!
votes.
You lost!
1 million
You
votes.
lost! You lost!
You're gonna
You
live with it.
fucking
You're
lost!
gonna live
And
with
you
it.
lost!
You're gonna
Well, what did his sign say?
You lost! You lost!
You're gonna live
You
with it.
fucking lost!
You're gonna live
Oh, what they say about small hands. Ain't no way I would walk around in public holding a sign like that. I don't even care if the answer was flattering. The shit? Nah. Jesus. Anyways.
You lost!
You're gonna live with it.
Sore lose! You're gonna live with it too! We've been doing this for always American history! You lost! Good night! Good night! Good night!
Oh, dude, for a second there, I thought that the video was about to get crazy. I saw advisory may contain graphic content. I thought we were still on the video. I was like, oh, dude, it's about to go down in these streets. But no,
You lost!
just a fucking ad.
You lost!
That was actually from Trump's first presidency, and I'm gonna just tell y'all, these
Was it? Shit, I couldn't tell. It seemed like yesterday, literally. Oh, John with the 10 months. Kamala's face when Trump took his oath was great. I haven't seen that, to be honest. I'm down to watch all this embarrassing shit about Kamala Zell. I think that no, I thought this was gonna be a compilation like he used to, like he uploaded a couple months ago. Let me see, because he did upload compilations. Did he stop uploading them? Maybe he'll get back to uploading them. We'll just type in, what was it? What should I type in? The inauguration meltdown for fucking Trump inauguration. Okay, I'm just hold on. I love seeing these. Yo, there was one about The View, actual. But I think it was by Conservative Twins. If y'all want to do some Conservative Twins, I was just gonna look for it. Cause yeah, they're fucking mad. Give me one to search that's just like a straight compilation. John, again, thank you so much for the 10 months, man. If you want to request something because of that, feel free, dog. Either put it in chat or put it in the Discord, and I'll see it. Yo, speaking of Barron, that fucking kid looks just like his dad. I can't get over it. It's insane. It is insane. I don't know if Barron is Melania's kid or one of his previous wives, but whoever Barron's mom is, I doubt he looks anything like fucking her, because he literally looks like Donald's little twin. And he's almost just as tall. Lots of times people don't realize how tall Donald Trump is. His son's getting there. Like, dude, every time I see his kid, I'm just like, fuck. It is insane. It's almost like you genetically cloned this motherfucker. Same mannerisms, same way of walking. Like, you know how like when he walks, their body kind of like goes like side to side, almost like a penguin. Same voice. It's wild. And I just want people to imagine for a second. Oh, bet right here, maybe. Wouldn't it be, bro, he's 6'9"? No. Wouldn't it be hilarious? Guys, oh my god. This could be a first. So you know how I don't follow basketball at all, but I have a feed that sometimes I like to watch baseball clips because I love baseball. Sometimes I'll watch like top 10s or like really good plays or like kind of what's happening in the league at the moment. And sometimes because I watch something sports related, it gives me something else that's sports related. So the reason I know about this, but we could be looking at a first, okay? In the NBA recently, history was just made. The first father-son duo get drafted to the same team. LeBron James and his son. His son got drafted to the Lakers. LeBron plays for the Lakers, right? I don't know where the fuck that shit stands now. I stopped caring, but at the time, it was history, right? It was a big deal. Now, just imagine, because I don't think this has been the case in politics ever. Well, actually, no, it has. I'm sorry. George Bush and George Bush Jr. Never mind. But dude, just imagine that little Donald Barron becomes president one day. Jesus Christ. And I wonder if the hatred will still be there if he ever decides to run in the future. I was on to. I felt like I was on a roll, but I completely forgot about George Bush and his son. I was gonna say, man, this is like the first time this has happened, but no, it's not. Probably yes, still hate. I can't imagine that if he ever did run for office, that he would be worse than his dad. Like, just the way that dude carries himself, man. It's like his dad has like trained him to be him. Like he's still his own person, but it's like his dad has taught him everything that he knows and how to be him, how to be successful, how to do all that shit really. So and more than likely instill the same values, man. I mean, look at the differences. Look at the differences in offspring. Look at Joe Biden's kid, look at Donald Trump's kid. Usually you can tell the make of a man by his children, really. How they behave, how they carry themselves. That says a lot about the parents, right? Their ideals, their values, their logic, how they see the world, if they behave, if they're professional, if they're respectful, if they're if they're good in conversation and they're smart and shit like that, right? So John Adams and his son both served as president. I thought I was onto something there, and I really wasn't. Yeah, really? John Adams' son served president? Who was? Excuse me for not being like super in tune with my presidential knowledge. I feel like most of y'all probably know more. I did not know that. Anyways, that still had a takeaway. If you give a shit about sports, yeah, in the NBA, LeBron and his kid made history. Well, they'll make history if they play together, but I don't know. I stopped following. Oh. So the reason that John Adams didn't have a middle name, is that why his son is not a junior? Yeah, that's way far back, man. Sorry if I forgot that. John Adams was just John Adams? Because you have to have the same name all the way through to be a junior, correct? For instance, me and my father have the same name, but I'm not a junior because his middle name is different, and because my last name is hyphenated legally. Our last names are different, so I can't be a junior. So like I'm wondering. The Elephant Room has election meltdown videos. John, you're fantastic, bro. Thank you so much. Yeah, I kind of figured your name has to be 100% the same to be a junior. Okay. Yeah. That's the reason I'm not a junior. And to be honest, I'm kind of glad I'm not a junior. Like, that just doesn't seem fun. And I'm already annoyed that my last name's hyphenated, right? So, just a hyphenation plus a junior, like, but yeah, I don't know. That's yeah, all right. My parents are weird. My my youngest sister, just like me, 4 names. my other sister, the oldest of my sisters, 2 names. No middle name. Nothing. I'm just like, my sister enjoys having 4 fucking names. I do not. I'm jealous of the eldest of my sisters because she only has 2. I wish I only had 2. I got fucking 4, and I'm just. I think child name after the father is just lazy to me. I mean, I could see like naming it after, but dude, I will say I'm so glad that my parents named me what they named me, because what they originally planned to name me was diabolically awful. I don't even know if diabolically is a word, but it was that bad, man. Literally threw the English language out the fucking dictionary, out the fucking window, just to explain that one. Yeah, the original name they were gonna name me was hella bad. And I was like, thank God. Terrible. So, but see, I'm not okay. So here's the thing: I'm named after my dad, but I'm not named after my dad. So most of you know my name is Edgar, right? That's my first name. My dad's name is Edgardo. See, 1 letter. 1 letter. So we have the same name, but we don't have the same name. I'm telling you, man. My parents were. So, just. Just be happy you're not Pablo Picasso, full name. Dude, what are you talking about? That's fucking amazing. Pablo Picasso, Picasso the painter, and Pablo Escobar? You got 2 badasses in one. I mean, I don't know how badass a painter can actually be, but that's 2 very well-known names in one sentence. I will say that. A lot of people might think you're lying. Name's Pablo Picasso. Nah, dude, for real. Stop. I don't want your rap name. Give me your real name. No, bro. It's Pablo Picasso. I'm telling you. Badass. All right. Well, Travis, I'm sorry to hear that, man. I don't know why my last name is hyphenated. Or I don't know why my mom hyphenated and then passed it on to me and my sister. Jesus Christ. Sir Blank, are you like Aztec or something? That's a lot of fucking names. I'm truly intrigued on what the military would do for. Oh, it's Italian. I'm very intrigued on what the military would do with you as far as a name tape. It's just the last name that goes on the name tape. I think they'd just be like, son, pick one. You get one. Like, ain't no way. We're not. More names means more power? Jesus. That's. I guess. Because you think about it, if you're doing an introduction and you say all that shit, and you say ruler of Italy, yeah, that. Some people might feel like that's legit. Like, oh shit, yeah, like, look at that. Those probably aren't even his names. Those are probably the names of the people that he's killed. Yeah, I'm gonna listen to that guy. Yep, that's the one right there. I suppose. Oh no. Yeah, there's not enough space on the uniform for your last name, dude, at all. All right. The elephant room. Sorry. Type this in. You know what? Elephant room. Wrong. Did I already type this? Okay, here we go. All right. 6 days ago, 5 days ago. I'm just gonna click. That's wild. All right. How far back should we go? It's up to y'all. I'm gonna put it right here. And then I'm gonna do this. Anonymous Conservative also has meltdown videos. John, again, thank you so much for the 2. And we will also check that out as well. But for the time being, I'm gonna put this here. No. Really? Here. There. Cool. Pick which video y'all want to watch. I gotta go take piss. I've had way too much coffee, way too much soda, and way too much water. It's fucking... Oh. Right back. Jesus. Oh, I feel like I lost weight there. Ugh. How do I control the mouse? Shit. Like I would ever give y'all control of that. Hell nah. Okay, you know what? I'll pick. Okay, right here. This is the first one. So this was the California fires. We've already seen a little bit on the California fires. I didn't really care, to be honest. That didn't really seem too important to me. I mean, it catches fire often, right? So, to me, I'm kind of just desensitized to it. And on top of that, I don't live in California, so I didn't really care to watch this many videos about it. Or to even cover it myself, because it's just like every time Florida gets hit by a hurricane, I'm just like, okay, cool. Some destruction, some damaged property, a lot of water. Got it. Same thing every year. And back when I used to live in Georgia, it would affect me a little bit, but it's just residual rain, right? The most recent hurricane passed through Georgia and fucked shit up. That was crazy. But anyways. And I didn't even watch that much on the hurricane because it's just like, man, these natural disasters that happen year in, year out, I'm just like, okay, all right. Yeah, Outcast, you're right. I did see where he's going to start Dude, he did shit for the border. He's doing shit for the border already. He's doing shit for the whole trans being put onto children thing. Fucking there's like 2 or 3 other like notable things that I read about. Okay, here we go. This is the first one of the wait.
Using the right.
Oh, this was just the election. Hold on. I want to find the inauguration. We already watched a lot of election shit. Okay, inauguration right here. Here we go. Let's see why people are still mad. And let's take a oh, if we were on Twitch, I could make a poll. I can't make a poll here on YouTube, and if I can, I don't know how. What do y'all think the root of all of their anger is going to be? I'm going to take a wild stab in the dark and say that they're still on their fucking... They're still in their feelings about the whole abortion thing. I honestly don't think they've moved on from that, really, at all. But I think that's what it's going to be. I think it's going to be a lot of wah, 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 abortion, wah, 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 patriarchy, wah, 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 mean white men, I think. I'm almost pretty sure that's going to be the bulk of everything. And then... just trying to make a solid prediction here. All right, let's see.
Well, guys, this is the Elephant Room checking in again. Today's another day that Trump is gonna, take office.
Those glasses are wild, my man. I like the confidence that you have to wear those glasses. I applaud you.
And push fascism across our entire country. And so therefore, I thought you might just enjoy some more liberal meltdowns.
All right, so this little segment here that I'm reacting to is not really a liberal meltdown, but just look at that message. Welcome back. Thanks for your patience and support as a result of President Trump's efforts.
Yeah, dude, so can someone explain the whole fucking TikTok shit to me? Because at one point, I feel like something changed. Because I swear that at one point, there were so many people that were in support of the ban of TikTok because it had something to do with China. And China was getting everyone's information. And China had access to your information because you use TikTok. And China. And I heard so many people like, yeah, fuck that, ban TikTok and all this stuff. And even some fucking creators, even some people that, I follow and sometimes react to and listen to their music, even they were saying, yeah, ban TikTok, fuck that. And then, seemingly overnight, TikTok gets banned. And then everyone's in their fucking feelings. Even the people that were saying, yes, ban it. And they're just like, all fucking feelings and sensitivity now and blah, blah, blah. And we can't have TikTok and all this stuff. I'm like, weren't you motherfuckers just saying ban it? Yes, because China? I don't understand. I don't know what happened with the whole TikTok thing. I'm so confused. And now we're praising Trump for... I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't understand how this happened and how it went and why it went the way it went. Like, I was in the camp that I was like, it's not going to get fucking banned, bro. It's just not. Things like TikTok, things as big as TikTok don't get banned. Man, they just don't. But then it did. And I was just like, oh, wow, that's surprising. I was wrong. But was I really wrong, though? It was down for like 12 hours. If that. So, it's because Americans are making money on TikTok? Well, yeah, it's the internet. You can make money everywhere. The fuck? That's... If you know how, and you have the wherewithal, and you have something to offer, you can make money on the internet. Duh. Who was mad about that? China? I don't know. And people have been making money on TikTok for, I feel, years now. And anyways.
TikTok is back in the US. You can continue to create, share, and discover all the things you love on TikTok. How much of a better troll can Trump really come up with than to get his own name put up there? As a result of President Trump's efforts, TikTok is back in the U.S. Continue. Boop.
I don't even know what Trump did. I don't even know what. And if it really was because of Trump, tell me, Democrats, what the fuck was Joe Biden doing this whole time? If it really is because of Trump, I mean, this has been an ongoing thing for a while now with the whole TikTok dilemma. What the fuck was that guy doing? I don't know. Maybe that's just some self-serving shit that Trump did, like, hell yeah, praise me, or whatever. I don't know. I don't really care. But...
Boop. I spy some big glasses. Let's see what she has to say.
I just keep thinking about how the economic crash from the TikTok ban is going to happen under a Donald Trump presidency. People are...
Wait, you just said a lot here. That's wild.
I spy some big glasses. Let's see what she has to say.
I just keep thinking about how the economic crash from the TikTok ban is going to happen under a Donald Trump presidency.
Economic crash because of a TikTok ban? Yo, girl, how important do you think TikTok is to the economy? Overall. Just how important do you think TikTok really is to the sustainability of this country? You put a lot of merit and faith and into TikTok. That's like, I don't. That's for starters. Let's see what else.
I just keep thinking about how the economic crash from the TikTok ban is going to happen under a Donald Trump presidency. People are going to be losing their jobs. Small businesses are going to be forced to close. Big businesses are going to lose access to an audience that they didn't previously have access to. And all of that is going to happen under Donald Trump. The same Donald Trump where 90 plus CEOs and corporate executives came out and said, please, for the love of fucking God, do not elect this man. I would rather pay more in taxes than ever have to deal with his dog shit economy. The same
Yeah, the economy that you just described, the economy we just had, girl. Are you sure you're not talking about Biden when you're saying all this?
Donald Trump, where more than half the living recipients for the Nobel Prize for Economics came out and said, this man's plan is so fucking garbage, we actually can't find one single thing that's good with it.
That's funny because your president, nor your press secretary, nor your VP could even give us a plan at all. They couldn't even talk about it. They couldn't talk about it because they didn't have one. The only plan they had was Orange Man bad. Did y'all see recently where the press secretary straight up just walked out when Peter Doocy asked her a question? He was like, so it's on record that you don't need Congress approval to send money to Iran, but you do need Congress approval to send money to California for the wildfires. Is that correct? And she just dipped. She just dipped. I was like, oh, damn. It's like that's like what you're paid for. That's like your whole job is to like answer questions like that. But you should leave. All right, cool.
You know, if the Nobel Prize requirements have been lowered to the point of the Presidential Medal of Freedom that was just issued to people like Bill Nye and George Soros, then
Nobel Prize. Have any of you ever been engrossed by the idea of a Nobel Prize? Who wins it? Who's running for it? Who's going for it? Have any of y'all ever really even cared even a little bit about who's a possible Nobel winner, who could be a Nobel winner, who's smart enough to be a Nobel winner? Because I feel like the only person that really cares truly at the end of the day is fucking Sheldon Cooper from Big Bang Theory. And I hope he wins one. I don't know. I'm about to start season 12. But yeah.
And I don't really think a Nobel Peace Prize or whatever she's talking about there really I don't know. I'm just saying we've gone so far in a weird direction that I'm not really concerned about what she's quoting there, because I think everybody that voted for Trump in this past election, or 2020 as well, remembers what 2016 through 2020 was like. And if you remember that, why would you then not want to vote for him if you had good memories about that
John, after this one, we'll watch one by the anonymous conservative.
time period? And apparently the people that watched the ultra-leftist, left-wing networks, they all had themselves convinced that that was a terrible period of time. That's the only thing I can figure out. If you guys want to let me know a different alternative timeline in the comments, you're free to postulate, but that's the only thing I can make sense of all of these liberals when they say that his economy was so bad. It's like, but it literally wasn't, you know, so I don't know. It's the power of the media.
Tax plan, bad. His tariff plan, bad. His mass deportation plan, bad. All of it, fucking bad. That.
But explain why, though. Explain why. I don't think you can.
Donald Trump is going to have to deal with the economic crash of TikTok, the app he wanted to ban in the first place.
I don't know, man.
EVE Online on Mac immerses you in a universe with thousands of.
And the reason he was probably wanting to ban TikTok in the first place is because I think TikTok was censoring conservative voices. Man. We're talking about the same guy that got banned off Twitter as a sitting president. That's not really all that important. It's fucking Twitter. And at the end of the day, it's just social media. Who actually really cares? But still, it's just the message that was sent there, really, by the tech industry. Like, Jesus Christ. And that right there, I feel like when that happened, that's when like censorship pretty much fucking snowballed and just like gained so much traction, and then everybody was getting banned. Everybody was getting fucking censored. Like, we all thought Adpocalypse was bad. Nah, man, that was literally a precursor. That was a precursor of shit to come. John with the 5. Trump is reinstating Prima Nocta. I'm kidding. Trump is reinstating all service members who were discharged for not getting the vaccine with full back pay. That's fantastic. That's great. That's money well spent, my opinion. So,
Y'all, we are so indescribably cooked.
It's
are we?
I would say it's the best bait and switch, maybe possibly, that Trump has ever pulled.
Are we though? I will say this. See, this is where like one side is overly dramatic and the other side is just like kind of level-headed thinking, really, for the most part. Because, oh y'all, we're so incredibly cooked. The over-dramatization of shit, man, is insane. Look big picture, really. When you start to feel this way, just look big picture. Look big picture. I didn't like Joe Biden. I didn't like that administration. I thought it sucked. However, at the end of the day, we're still fucking America. We're still America. We're not Iran. We're not Iraq. We're not Afghanistan. We're not India. We're not any country in fucking South America. We're America. We're one of the strongest, man. We're one of the leaders worldwide on a global scale. So when you say cooked, I just really don't believe you. I mean, whatever. Hold on. What's the age limit for enlisting? Into the service? It depends. It depends on what the standards are currently. And again, I feel like such a broken record when I say this, but it depends. If a Republican is in office, Republicans always try to strengthen the military. If it's a Democrat in office, Democrats always try to downsize the military. So it just depends on who's in office. It depends on the global climate. It depends on if we're currently in a war. It depends on if we're currently in a conflict or whatever the case may be. If we need an influx of personnel, then the standards go down. If we don't need an influx of personnel, then the standards go up, right? So when I went through basic training, there was a 40-year-old in my basic training. He was 40 years old. Private Bonner was his name. Good guy. Spent 20 years as a police officer. And instead of retiring and playing golf with his buddies, he decided to join the army on some psycho shit. Good dude. And put a lot of us to shame physically. Until the very end, when we got in shape and we blew his ass out of the water. But yeah, he was already good to go for basic training. However, sometimes the limit may be 35 years of age. Sometimes the limit may be 30. Sometimes it's 37. It changes, it fluctuates, it goes up, down, side to side. But if I would want to say 35 as just like a standard. Because you got to look at it from a body perspective and from the military's perspective. At 35 years of age, you're 5 years from 40, which means that depending on what job you pick, your body is not going to last. It's just not. It really won't. And your employment with the military is based on a contract. You got to look at it from the military's perspective. How much time can we get out of this 35-year-old? We might not be able to get much time at all. Let's not enlist him. How much time could we get from this 40-year-old? In 5 years, he'll be 45. In 10 years, he'll be 50. We can't put this guy in infantry. He won't last. Right? So you kind of just cut yourself off from jobs like that, really, for the most part, with age. And we get hella mad about young kids going to war and dying for a politician's agenda, but at the end of the day, the military is a young man's job. I hate to say it, bro. There are some outliers of, the 40 and the 45 and the 50-year-old dudes that can still go out there and fucking get it and fucking slay some shit. But overall, Father Time beats us all, bro. So, and yes, you're right. It's branch dependent. Army's going to be different. Marines are going to be different. Air Force is going to be Navy, all that stuff. I feel like Air Force, you could be the oldest and enlist. Not a pilot or anything, but just like a regular. I wanna step out on a limb and say that Air Force would have the highest limit of joining, just because I feel like they do the least amount of physical labor when it comes to all the branches. Sorry, I'm just saying. I mean, unless you're piloting or you're a co-pilot or whatever the fuck, man, I feel like there's minimal physical requirements for the Air Force, really. So you probably could get away maybe with joining at a later age. Anyways, let's continue.
Because TikTok got saved by Trump. And so now all the angry TikTokers out there have to deal with the fact that the dude that they hate on so much and they use this app to hate on him just saved the app from being destroyed.
To allow them to continue to hate on him. It's funny. This is the second time in less than, I want to say, 5 years that a billionaire saves a social media platform. Elon took over Twitter. Donald Trump saved TikTok. Both people who Democrats and liberals despise vigorously. That's funny.
That's such a win. Looks like we got another nose ring to contend with. And this one's...
Good Lord. I want to be a wife. Okay. Let's see what you got.
Says, I want to be a wife.
I just came to the realization.
Oh, I've seen this video. And I read comments on this video and people were like calling this girl cringe or something like that. I don't really think so. Basically, she's just watch.
Why I'm single.
Wait, what?
Every guy that I'm like, oh yeah, he's attractive.
Is she gonna actually admit something like that's true?
I think so, yes. Yeah, she is.
I can tell you already, you look nuts. You just do, okay? I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, I don't know about nuts. I will say, I know what she's gonna say and I know what she's gonna show. And yeah.
But you look kind of roughened up. I'm not saying I look anything better. I'm also single, admittedly, probably for...
Same. But see, here's the thing, man. Like these eyelashes and shit, really, really big eyelashes. I'm just not a fan of, like, she's pretty. I'm just not a fan of all of this. Eyelashes, makeup. I don't care about nose rings. I don't care about tongue rings either. Are tongue rings a little juvenile? Kind of, yeah. But the nose ring don't bother me as long as like you don't have tattoos all over your face. That's fine. Or not tattoos, but well, yeah, tattoos and piercings. That's fine. But just so much makeup, man, and the eyelashes and the shit. And I can only imagine how long it takes you to get ready and shit like that. But I have seen this video, and she does come to a realization that it's just like, well, yeah, girl, kind of, duh, really. But she's probably she's not as dumb as this is probably the least dumb girl we're gonna see. And I don't even think she's dumb. She's just coming to a realization that it's kind of a duh moment, but...
For several fairly obvious reasons, none of which I'm gonna go into on this particular video. That's for the members only section. It's like I have OnlyFans, but for members only. Anyways, I digress.
Okay, this is not supposed to be offensive, but I see their wives and they just look like so, like, you know, like, not like this, just like, you know, like,
what?
I pretend my tattoos are gone.
You mean not all slutty looking? Is that what you're talking about?
I mean, dude, I don't mind tattoos either, but I understand what she's saying. Dude, she's swole, man. She's muscular. She's got some muscle definition. She's toned. She's stocky, right? And she's coming to the realization that a lot of men, that there's a large majority of men that they don't really care for that look. However, I will say that there are dudes that like that look. So for her to think that this is something that she needs to change, or like, oh, this is why guys don't want me? Nah, I think you're just going after the wrong kind of guy. Really. You need to go after a guy that's in your world. The gym. Man, that's what you need to go after. And then, yeah, because those guys would probably like that look, but maybe not. I don't know. It just depends. There are guys that like the muscular type of lady, but historically, most dudes don't want their girl to be swole and jacked and quite possibly bigger than them. It's not an ego problem. It's just like guys like girly girls. Really. There's lots of guys, they don't like the butch, manly, tomboy type. They just don't. And that's their preference. And that's fine. But that is a majority of men, so she's having a hard time. John with 5. Want to see something funny? The White House official website is great. It's changed. Thank you for your service, man. You deserve more subs and donations. What? I'm so confused.
Out there, lady. Not with a bunch of witchy brew rings on your fingers and your nose rings and all that stuff. Yeah, it adds up over time, especially if we approach you and you act, leftist is the turnoff, really, and it comes in a variety of forms.
I didn't even get a leftist kind of vibe, really. I didn't pull anything political from this video.
Whether you talk, whether you look a certain way.
Dude, I look crazy. Like, that's why guys don't want to wife me up. And I just come to this realization today. See?
You still look young though, so you're fine.
Sorry, this isn't supposed to be funny necessarily. It's just, wouldn't it be nice if a lot of them would just kind of do this? You know, maybe TikTok is a good thing. You know, there's.
She's doing self-reflection. That's why I really don't have anything wrong. I don't really have a problem with this video. I don't even have a problem with this girl. Like I said, throughout the rest of this video, she's going to be the most normal one. She's just doing a little self-reflection, self-realization. Like, I look crazy, bro. Look at all my tattoos. Like, I got muscles. I'm jacked. Fucking, like, I'm a walking red flag. That's literally what she's saying. So, yeah. Like he said, if more ladies could do this, y'all would be well off instead of fucking, I don't know, showing stupid behavior or dressing horrendously, behaving horrendously, and then still finding the gall to put the blame on all men. All men suck, blah, blah, blah. No, I think it's just you, really, for the most part. I don't know, some men do suck, but John with 2. Trump changed the White House website, and he changed it to "Thank you for your service, man." Is that him talking to Joe? If that's him talking to Joe, then that's hilarious.
Logo I'm pointing to here. By the way, it looks like they've gotten an extension from Mr. Redman himself. Donald J. Trump has extended the TikTok lifespan by something like 90 days or something. The ever-present negotiator saves the day again. It's a huge troll.
I don't even know how or why.
Or maybe it's because all of them see me eat sushi after I get out of the grocery store in my car with my bare fingers.
No, we don't care about that.
And drink sweet tea.
I don't care. I drink sweet tea too.
Nope, doesn't matter.
I don't. Yeah. Oh no. There's no.
Guys, I thought these men wanted, like, you know, big, strong.
No. No, we don't want that. That's
when men say, "Oh, I want a strong woman," I can almost guarantee 99% of the time they're not talking physically. They're not. In my lifetime, in my interaction with other men, I've never heard any of them say, "I want a girl that's jacked, 6-pack abs, thighs as big as fucking concrete blocks, calves that could fucking cut through steel." No. I've heard more dudes say, like, "I just want me a fat bitch," than I've heard dudes say that they want a jacked girl that could quite possibly compete in Mr. Olympia. So, nah. I don't know where you heard this from, but when men say, "I want a strong woman," they're not, I'm telling you, they're not speaking, they're not talking physically.
That's what you want. And you guys tricked each other into
Oh, I thought that's what, well, thank you, Jonathan, I appreciate it. I thought that's what he was saying to Joe Biden, like a condescending way. Thanks, man. Thank you for your service, all this stuff. Okay, I got it. That's great, dude.
Thinking that, like, those muscles and stuff are what we would want. No, we want you to be feminine in nature. Being all tatted up and everything, it was a trans.
Hey, listen, I will never frown upon tattoos, man. I love tattoos, right? And ladies, so as far as they don't go above your neck, fine. And as long as they don't cover your entire body to where there's no bare skin, that's fine too. What are my other red flags for tattoos? As long as it's not that full all black sleeve to where it's just the color black, which I find fucking stupid, then we're all good there too. So yeah, I'm a fan of tattoos, so.
And that, I guess,
to me, tattoos is not a red flag for a relationship, for a girl. Like, you got tattoos? Cool, me too. To me, I've always found that it's like something in common. You got tattoos? Yeah, I do too. Can I see them? Yeah, sure. Right? And Where'd you get that done? Oh, give me his number. And you, like, conversate, bond over that information, really, for the most part. I've always seen it that way.
This one's just realizing now that isn't that good of a
Maybe I'm doing it wrong.
trend, but to each their own, you know. I mean, it's preferable to somebody that's overweight or obese, I guess.
Tough girls. I don't know. I feel like all of them are like super girly and all these.
And you want to know what's funny? Is my second ex-wife, she was like her. When I say majority of guys want to date girly girls, really, when it comes to girly or tomboyish, just as long as you act like a girl, I don't really care for the and like no, chewing tobacco, bro, no, get the fuck out of here, no. That's an automatic no for me on the female end. Is it a double standard? You bet your ass it is, but I am dying on that hill. You chew tobacco, ladies? No. I don't know. We're not doing that. And at this point, smoking cigarettes? Nah, we're not doing that either, really, for the most part. I mean, I forgot where I was going.
These guys are
Right, that's what we want. Super girly. Spread this video around, share it.
Like, don't get me wrong. Being girly's fine, but again, my ex was like, my ex played softball in high school and in college, and she was just as tall as me. We almost saw, she was like 5'9", 5'10". I'm 5'11". So we almost saw eye to eye. She was just as built as me. She didn't have as much muscle definition as me, but bro, she had like tree trunk thighs. She was like she had like the typical softball body. Have you ever seen softball players on TV? You see those college bitches just going crazy on the field whenever they're playing for the championship. I think it's Omaha or some shit. No, that might be Little League World Series. Anyways, you know what I'm talking about? She had like the standard typical softball body or whatever. And she dressed girly, and there was a lot of aspects of her that were girly, but she knew how to change a tire. She knew how to mow the lawn. She knew how to attach a hitch. She was self-efficient, really, for the most part. And that I do like. Self-sufficient. You're not always going to have a man there to do shit for you. You're not always going to have the dude there to open up that jar of pickles, right? So self-sufficiency, really, being able to, you know, so.
Show it in your public education.
Yeah, dude, I can't lie, man. I like the thunder thighs. I do. It's a thing for me. I don't know what it is. She had those in spades.
Education health courses. Take it from one single dude talking to apparently one single girl. She's stating what we want. I'm stating what we want. I officially speak for all men, just letting you know in this video.
like, yeah, that's my girl. She's like housewife stuff. And I'm over here like, I own my own business. I'm covered in tattoos. I'm a little spazzy, but that's okay. We embrace it.
No.
But yeah.
Girl, you can't just be saying shit like that. I didn't make it. I don't think I made it this far in the video when I saw it the first time. You're going to have to define the word spazzy. Because I don't know about this guy in the video, but I can tell you right now, at my age, I don't do spazzy. Whatever that means. You're going to have to elaborate on that, because my definition of spazzy is that I'm chilling, minding my own business, it's a good day, and then all of a sudden we're in an argument about something, and I don't even know what the fuck we're arguing about, and now you're mad. If that's what you mean by spazzy, then no. Because that's what I'm thinking of. That's what I've dealt with before, so.
Yeah, I don't think any guy's gonna wife me up because I can't take me seriously. And I just realized that.
Well, you might have a point there. You're nice looking. You know, you got nice white teeth. Not really doing the crazy eye thing. That's nice. No Sanpaku Yang. Not yet, anyways.
Damn.
We have more nose rings. Maybe this show should be called More Nose Rings.
Maybe.
More nose ring meltdowns. I don't know.
We're gonna skip
It doesn't have as good of a ring to it. Anyways, I count 3 plus upper lip ring.
Resistance. Trans joy is resistance. Brown joy is resistance. Every single time you get up in your marginalized body and have the audacity to pursue your pleasure, to pursue your freedom, to pursue your authentic self, to pursue the elevation and veneration of your ancestors, to pursue your rights as a human being, that's a revolutionary act. Black Hill.
This fucking milk dud just dropped some knowledge on us. Okay. What was that other one, John? Was it... I don't think this... I haven't seen a single meltdown yet. We're gonna go to the other one. What's the other one called? And then I'll check out the... And then I'll open up the Discord because there's some requests in there. Okay. Fantastic. Okay. Oh, dude. TikTokers are having a meltdown over... Dude, I actually want to see that. I haven't seen anybody freaking out over the TikTok ban, but I heard that they were, and I kind of want to watch that too. Because I think the only way I would have freaked out if TikTok got banned is if I was a large creator on TikTok making a lot of money. And if TikTok got banned, I'd be mad because then I couldn't make money, right? But to those of you who are on TikTok and you're not a content creator and you're not making a lot of money putting videos, what the fuck are you mad about? You do know that everything you find on TikTok, you can find on YouTube via the YouTube Shorts? I swear to God, you can. I see the same shit. Like, okay, we're gonna move on to this one. Which one should we click on? We're gonna start with craziest woke liberal women. Meltdown over Trump inauguration. Oh, that's an hour. We're gonna do something fucking weirdo liberal meltdowns, woke Democrat TikToks before Trump's inauguration, I think. Yep, before. Do y'all want to do before or after? And if y'all remember correctly, I know that I said that I fucking hate Pepsi, but I'm gonna forgo it because I needed to get some fucking nasty ass tobacco taste out of my, actually nasty ass smoke taste out of my mouth from earlier. After? Okay. Here we go. See.
This is your brain when you're struggling to focus. And this is your brain when you're in the zone. But getting in the
You can't just unfriend someone because they voted for Trump. Bitch, says who? I quit being friends with a girl in college because I let her borrow my favorite sleep shirt and she never gave it back. I have quit being...
This girl sounds like the type that she'll shun her own kids if they voted for Trump. Get the fuck out, you piece of shit. Get the fuck out of my goddamn house. And the kid's like, but mom, what? I'm 8. I know 8-year-olds can't vote for Trump, but just imagine that they say they like Trump or something, or like they start doing his dance or some shit like that, or God forbid they say make America great again. Oh, good Lord.
Being friends with people for a lot less than they're moral. So get off my internet, go get a lobotomy. I always knew that America hated women.
I knew America hated women, that we weren't seen, we weren't heard, we weren't valued. I knew American women hated women.
Do you think that America hates women more than Middle Eastern countries hate women? What do y'all think? What do you think, chat? What do you think, what do you think, homegirl? Do you think that here in America we hate women more than Iran hates women? Afghanistan? Like, what do you think? Because I've seen how those women are treated. I see and have seen how those women are spoken to. And I've seen firsthand what those women are allowed to do and not allowed to do. And yes, I say it like that because it is like that. So, just another fucker that's never seen the world thinking that America is like, I don't know, back in the day, fucking Nazi Germany. Yikes.
I just did not know how much we were truly hated until this morning.
There's a bunch of white women
this one's probably about abortion.
Out here trashing America while still living here like it's no big deal. I can't stand that mindset. Look, I'm eating and I'm gonna finish every bite, but it pisses me off if you really believe America is hopelessly racist and sexist and can't ever change because it's all baked into the system.
Wow, how is your audio so good while wearing a mask? Where like your mouth is covered. Or maybe he's just sitting there and he's doing a voiceover. That's a good fucking microphone.
If that's how you feel, why are you still here? There's the door. Don't let it hit you on the way out.
This country, America,
Or maybe that's an AI voice. I can't really tell at this point.
is a fucking shithole. It's garbage. Talk about a floating island of garbage. Jesus Christ. I am so sick of being the bigger person. I want to expose everyone. I want everyone to pay for what they did. But I won't. Oh, I just...
Jesus Christ. That last one reminded me of one of the Sanderson sisters from fucking Hocus Pocus. Except less playful in their violence.
I saw a video that Kamala Harris posted, and she said it's election day, let's do this, and somebody put in the comments, no matter what happens, thank you for giving us hope. That is some real shit right there.
What do you mean? What?
And she said it's election day, let's do this, and somebody put in the comments, no matter what happens, thank you for giving us hope. That is some real shit right there.
No, that sounds like someone that knew that there was a possibility that she might lose. That's what that sentence says, girl. No matter what happens, thank you for giving us hope. That's not an optimistic sentence. That's not an optimistic statement. That's spoken from a person that knows that Kamala might quite possibly lose. And there might be a good chance that she'll lose, and she did. That person came to terms with that, and your wild brain took that sentence to a way completely different direction. You were like, that's some real shit. You act like that wasn't it. You act like that shit was profound. A random comment that just like, oof.
And I'm terrified. Personally, I'm fucking terrified. But like,
why? Because is it because the abortion thing? Are you mad that? Are you upset that you might accidentally slip, fall on a dick, get pregnant, and then not be able to get rid of it? Don't you just hate when you accidentally fall on dicks and get pregnant? It sucks, man. The worst thing ever.
she really did give us hope.
Liberals really...
For what, though? What'd she give y'all hope for? What was the hope? That you could freely kill your kids? I don't know, man. Feel free to correct me.
see things like opening Pandora's box. You've got pestilence, war, a crappy economy, all of it spilling out, but as long as there's a little bit of hope left at the bottom of the box, none of that seems to matter to them.
I've had a lot of time to think today, and I just want to go back. Like the healing part, I want to heal. The healing part's amazing, but everything that goes with it, and the empathy, and the critical thinking, and the self-awareness, and the morals, all these deluded people that are just skipping through life, you know? And I'm beginning to think delusion might have been the solution. I just want to go back. There's so much time to think on this damn DoorDashing venture. Does anybody have a good podcast recommendation? I just want to go back.
How many of these do you think are really authentic? I mean, this looks like
I don't even know what she's talking about. She didn't. You want to go back to what? What is it? Maybe that video was longer and it was, and the context of it was cut. What do you want to go back to?
crocodile tears if I've ever seen them.
Hey, any NYU
Ooh, septum, piercing, blue hair, butch haircut. She's got the liberal starter pack.
students, I want you to locate Barron Trump, okay? And I want you to do everything in your power to radicalize him. I don't know enough about Barron Trump. He could be exactly like his father and his siblings, in which case, lost cause. But wouldn't it be fun? Wouldn't it be a treat if Barron Trump went to NYU and became a leftist? Wouldn't that...
You know what's troubling? You know what's really troubling about what you just said? Is that going to college will make you a leftist. That's wild, right? People go to college to get a higher education so they can go out into the real world and apply their degree to a job that requires their degree, and they can make a lot of money in that job because they're well prepared for it. Right? Wasn't that the whole idea of college? Now, this generation's idea of college is send them there so they can get liberal. Ugh. What a garbage way to look at education, really. I think college is a waste of time, but...
It would make me giggle.
I don't think anything cracks you up, huh? Well, sweetie, someone made a pride cake, and guess what? They left out one of the colors. Yep, they forgot purple.
Mega, you know he's not going to get in there, right? You know that your daddy, he's never, ever, ever going to come home to you, right? You do know that, don't you? You do know. That's why you're so angry, because you know it's not going to happen.
Oh, spoken like a person who is truly, truly angry, over here looking like Mercules' little sister. Get the fuck out of here, girl. What are you talking about? Do y'all not get tired of saying the same shit? And then, like, whatever you say just turns out to be wrong? Remember when everyone from celebrities, politicians, even your local dentist was saying Donald Trump ain't gonna win? And guess what? He won, man. Yep. Y'all remember when I was like, he's colluding with Russia, and remember how that was like, that wasn't even a thing. You remember that? And then, it's just, do y'all ever get tired of saying the same shit and get proven? The same thing with all these these media outlets, man, like Rachel Maddow, The View. Do y'all ever get tired of saying shit, putting your foot in your mouth, and then...
So then you have to call somebody else daddy. But it's not going to be him. He's not going to be the daddy you wanted.
Oh, no kidding, lady, because it already happened.
He's going to probably be behind bars, or I don't know. But the one place I do know that he's not ever going to be is in the White House.
I don't hate liberals. I really don't. I think they're a little out of touch, maybe a bit uninformed, but I've got no hate or malice toward another child of God. If you're left-leaning and for whatever reason watching this, hey, I welcome you with open arms to our community. I used to be liberal too. If it weren't for God-fearing conservative Christians who welcome me in, I'd probably still be one.
Fuck you.
I hear that so much. And it can't be a theory, it can't be a lie. It can't just be an idea. I've even seen it firsthand. And how many times have y'all seen a Democrat go to a Republican rally and problems arise? Unless they're actually being a problem, right? How many times have y'all seen that happen? Rarely, right? Because all I ever see every time a Democrat goes to a Republican rally with either questions or maybe a grievance, what do the Republicans do? Well, come on over here, we'll talk about it. Let's discuss this. I'll tell you what I think, you tell me what you think, and we'll meet right in the middle. That's what I see usually most of the time. But when a Republican goes to a Democratic rally, what happens? Well, chaos ensues. Because the Republican goes just asking simple questions, and then these motherfuckers get so bent out of shape that they're even getting questioned to begin with, that they're just like, get the fuck out. Fuck you. You're a piece of shit. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to embarrass us because we actually are embarrassing, but we don't want to hear you say it. So get the fuck out of here. We don't want to answer your questions because we don't have answers to your questions. Blah, 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 blah. And they get all violent, start calling you names, and fucking they chase you out of the fucking whatever. I've seen that so many times, man. So when that guy says that I used to be liberal, and had it not been for some very nice conservatives taking me in, I believe him when he says that. Because I've seen it way too many times. Bro, it's not a theory. It's not something that we say. We know what it is. It's you got one side that is willing to talk about it, and you got the other side that doesn't want to talk about shit. That, like, nothing. Because that's what happens when you get all of your information from the news. The news won't give you information either, so you're just repeating their talking points, and then you come across someone that knows what they're fucking talking about, like a Charlie Kirk video, and then you get embarrassed on camera. And then after you get embarrassed, bigot, racist, KKK, Nazi, the whole nine, you know, the whole thing, it just...
Oh my God.
Look here, Democratic voters, listen to me, and listen to me good, baby. Because I swear I got a word for you guys, and we have to, because we have to come together, because I'm telling you right now, we got less than 60 days to figure this thing out before they put that man into office, okay? We have been bamboozled, we have been hoodwinked, we've been a whole bunch of stuff, and you know what? Instead of us trying to get to the root of it, we so busy sounding like the Democrats when they were trying to kick Joe Biden out, and we were at home looking on TV saying, y'all making us look bad. Look, y'all seen what I seen, okay? And I know y'all not crazy. We know that the math ain't math.
Do you know?
I don't know. What the fuck is she talking about? I don't know what she said.
And I know y'all not crazy. We know that the math ain't math.
Do you know how many of you actually cut off your own stupid noses to spite your own stupid faces? Yeah. Oh, he's now part of Project 25. Guess who's about to run our government? All the people that wrote the damn thing. And here you guys are. It's only your imagination. No, it's not. It's not that, but I knew better. I knew better as a social worker because I knew what happened the last time, okay?
Guys, she's a social worker.
Yeah, dude. No. I was literally gonna say the same thing. Bruh. Oh, you're speed running your way to getting fired. I'll tell you that.
She's an expert. Let's listen very closely.
Unless everyone in your office shares the same views as you, then by all means, keep embarrassing yourself, but...
I saw the destruction and what happened to the vulnerable populations I served from the last 4 years, right? But here you guys are. You guys are so stupid to even realize the reasons half of you have schools in the middle of your nowhere places. It's because of things like the Department of Ed. You guys are dumb.
Oh. Well, okay, I know what you're mad about now. You're mad that she's a social worker and she's talking about schools and stuff like that, and just recently Trump said that he was going to cut federal funding for any school that wanted to impose, teach, bring up, or even allude to anything that has to do with transgender to the school's youth. Period. maybe that's what she's mad about. She's like, well, if that happens, then some of these schools won't even exist anymore. Good. They shouldn't, man. They're 8 years old. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. They're that old. They don't need to know about that shit ever. They don't need to know about that stuff until they're 18, out of the house. And if they're not out of the house, just at least 18, right? They can make their own choices. Old enough to vote, you're old enough to choose your gender, I feel, right? I still won't give a fuck what gender you are. It doesn't matter to me. But still, I think that's what she's mad about. She's like, this happened. I don't know, or maybe it's something else, but...
Dumb, but here I am
Candy, what's good?
getting ready to prepare for all the shit that's about to happen in 2025. Because you know, yes, it is going to happen. And all of you are stupid. And you're going to see.
Good.
And guess what? I already knew.
We've been attacked. What?
We're responding.
Why are you talking like this, lady? I think it's funny how Trump winning an
You sound like one of the Yin Yang twins doing their fucking whisper song.
election gets treated like some big attack on the left. It's just the American people voting for the candidate they like better, plain and simple.
Yeah, dude, if you're one of those people that's just like, oh, you voted this way, so that means that you attacked my right to live, bro, you're one cringe, lame-ass motherfucker, bro. If you're operating under that logic, I hate to tell you, you're fucking weird, man.
We cannot let the orange trader deal with this.
I can see right up your nose into that non-existent...
It's like the white, crazy version of the Oracle from the first Matrix movie that has smoked way too many Marlboro Reds.
brain of yours. It's like two black holes going straight to nowhere.
This is truly World War III if Trump gets in office.
You know what's funny? I've been hearing the same fucking line from Democrats and Republicans alike since I've been alive. If this person gets into office, it's the end. It's over. World War III. I've heard that from both sides so many times. And it gets cringier and lamer each time. It really does. God damn it.
As in mass deaths.
And by the way, Trump's already called for peace talks between Ukraine and Russia. World leaders better watch out, because Trump's coming back to put an end to the nonsense.
I wonder if Trump actually ends the war in Ukraine with Russia. I wonder what all these people are going to say. I'm just trying to think of something stupid that they might say. I got it. The only reason he was able to come into office and get rid of the war so fast is because he's actually colluding with Putin and they're good friends with Melania and there was an exchange of money and blah, blah, blah. And that's why. Because he's actually friends with Putin or something. I don't know. They would come up with something retarded as to how to justify that. Or they would say, oh, Trump fucking... And not like what happened with Bush and Obama. They'd probably say, oh, Trump came in at the last minute and took credit. Biden actually did all that work. Biden was actually the reason that... Bruh, no. Which is not the case with Bush and Obama. Bush was actually the reason that so much headway and so much work was made to find Osama bin Laden. And then Obama came in the fourth quarter and took the game-winning shot. That was it. That's all that was. Bush had everything to do with finding that motherfucker. It wasn't so much Obama. Obama just came in with the fucking red button, and that was pretty much it. That's not the case here. So.
We can't let this happen.
I don't care.
Holy shit.
You shouldn't care either.
Jesus.
We should be fucking, you know, I was gonna...
Fucking Velma colored her hair and went woke. Good God. You look like the younger version of the lady that makes the super suits in the Incredibles movie. Good Lord. What's her name? Gotta be Agnes. Or you know what? Better yet, look like the young version of the headmistress from the Matilda movie. Before you got angry and bitter and started lifting weights. Anyways, let's go back to what the fuck she's saying. Ed, yeah. Oh fuck. All right, Lord.
What's happened? I don't care. You shouldn't care either. We should be fucking, you know, I was gonna say storming the Capitol, but that's what they did, and I don't suggest it. I can't.
But I guarantee, had it not already happened, you'd be doing it right now. Probably.
Say that here. The FBI. Huh? Yeah, will call me, but you know what I mean, symbolically.
Kamala, girl, listen to me. You got my vote. You got it. In the bag, secured. Now quit emailing me. Kamala, Mamala, Madam Vice President, Big Sister General, I'm broke. I'm broke. You're broke. I'm broke. And you can tell Doug and Tim and Gwen and Scout and the Obamas seem to like me these days. Jamie is secured. Take me off the list. Quit wasting your data on me.
What do you gotta do to get on that list? I mean, I got a couple of text messages from like, I don't know, like these poll stations that were asking like, who are you inclined to vote for the 2025 election, Harris or Trump? And I would just delete the text messages. I could fuck answer these people. Like, you're getting hounded by your fucking candidate to vote? Weird. I didn't get hounded by Donald Trump. I mean, Donald Trump does networking, man. So he'll just find people on Instagram, TikTok, fucking Twitter, and he'll rally that way. He'll rally votes that way. And you know what? He actually does rallies. That's the crazy part. Why is Kamala not doing rallies? Why is she leaving it up to just like bombarding her fucking people with emails? It's just like email. And if I email them enough, they'll vote for me. That way I don't really have to do much else. Man, really, what? Get on stage and repeat the same tired bullshit I've been saying for the past 5 years? I cannot be unburdened by what has been done, whatever the fuck you say, which is a whole bunch of nothing. Some fucking empty platitude that someone probably coined for you. There's no way you made that shit up by yourself, even as stupid as it sounds.
Here's what the Democrats should have done with Kamala. They should have kept her in the basement like they did with Biden in 2020. Back then, the Democrats were so desperate to vote for anyone but Trump. There were so many never-Trumpers that they just needed to throw out any option. Kamala Harris was supposed to be the golden child, a woman of color, and all that, but she couldn't stop putting her foot in her mouth long enough for anyone to actually take her seriously.
No, but genuinely, I was trying to think like, ooh, like what revenge sounds the most satisfying right now? And I kind of just want to fling dirty tampons at men's cars, their truck.
You're a dirty bitch, really. Like, how do you know who they voted? So you're just going to be slinging dirty tampons at random cars? How do you know they voted for Trump? If they don't have a Trump sticker on their car, how do you know they even voted for Trump? And you're just going to go around town looking for cars that have a sticker that say voted for Trump? Because I mean, you don't want to hit the wrong person's car with a dirty tampon, right? What if you go to someone's car that says I voted for Trump, you throw a dirty tampon on it, but that car just so happens to belong to a female, and she catches you in the act, and she beats the brakes off of you, you know, because a man won't touch you. Not for something like that. That's not fighting words, and that's putting a tampon on one's car is not enough to warrant a swing on a female. But other females don't play by the same rules as us. So what if she beats the brakes off you, girl? That's gross. And like, do you know what I did whenever Biden won? Nothing. Literally nothing. I went live that day. Listened to some music. And after that stream, I think I did a gaming stream. Played some Destiny. And after that gaming stream, I got off. I went and got some food. I played with my wiener for 30 minutes. And I went to bed. I woke up the next day. And presumably did the same fucking thing. You're out here doing some... Not only is that against the law, but I'm sure you're breaking another law that has something to do with blood, bro. Blood. That's like distribution of a... Would it be a viral substance? Would it be... It's not chemical. It would be distribution of... Bro, there's like 2 laws you would break by doing that. Bloody tampons. Not just the fact that you're throwing shit on people's car, which is damage to personal property. The dissemination of blood. I gotta pee again. Medical waste. You're disseminate... Man, good luck with that. Okay. Or an unmarked cop car, but I mean, let's be honest here. What do you think your odds are of running into an unmarked cop car? And even if you did, you'd never know. But I mean, I've done stupid shit in my youth, so the amount of times I came across an unmarked cop car was very rare, man. One time, my buddy was driving, me, 2 of my friends, with a truck full of girls. It was like 7 females packed into this fucking truck, and then us, with the truck bed full of beer and ice. We had probably about like 200, 300 beers in the truck bed. And buddy driving almost hit an off-duty police officer. I think it was either an off-duty police officer or an undercover. I don't know, man. We got pulled over by an unmarked car, and buddy at the time was in the military, and gave him like the craziest lie of all time, like, "Oh man, I'm just trying to get home. You know, just got back from my deployment and blah blah blah." Showed him his ID. The cop was like, "Oh yeah, I was at the 101st and blah blah blah." And thank God they had that in common, because there's no way that anyone would believe that you're just trying to get home. You're going 95 miles an hour in a vehicle with 8 to 9 occupants when the vehicle can only hold 6 legally. So you're already breaking rules of how many people can be in this shit, right? Truck bed full of alcohol. We're all like, I don't know, 20. Not even 20. We're all teenagers, really, for the most part. I'm still a teenager. And he was like, "All right, here you go. Have a good night." And I don't know how I don't know how that transpired like that, but hey, man, having something in common with the police officer always works, I guess.
Ooh.
We knew that the shaving industry was sort of intentionally broken, it feels like. It almost feels like product.
I found out today that somebody that I work with is a conservative, and he's some.
No way. No way. If your place of employment employs more than 100 people, no fucking way. Now, if your place of employment only employs 3 people, then I guess the story has more merit, even though it's still stupid. Because let me guess, now you're gonna do something about this. I don't really.
Somebody who's really intelligent, and he's somebody who works in climate tech as a super smart guy, somebody I would never have thought was conservative, and apparently he is. And it's surprising and it's disgusting. But what's most surprising to me is the level of sudden hatred.
Because you've been programmed that way. You've been programmed that way by the media to hate anyone that has a difference of opinion. If anyone has a difference of opinion than me, I expect them to explain their opinion. I expect them to explain why they feel this way, why they think that way, and to give me an example on what led them to that thought process. You don't have that, do you? Doubt it. You watch too much news. You've been programmed to automatically have. This is called psychological conditioning. You've been programmed to automatically hate these people. Isn't that strange? You don't even know it. You literally just said it out loud. I have been conditioned and programmed to hate anyone that supports this guy. Blindly too, without even any kind of like reason or further investigation into this person or whatever the it's wild.
That I have for him. Sudden hatred for this man who I used to respect suddenly just went boop, and I fucking hate him now.
The left calls MAGA and conservatives a cult, but they'll straight up cancel someone just because of their political views, cut them off, and act like they don't exist.
It's not about politics, it's about morals. And if you are not a person of morals,
when are people gonna get out of this delusion and this mindset that we're supposed to expect morals from politicians? Doesn't that just sound weird? I expect morals from politicians, just like I expect half of Hollywood to not be pedophiles, but here we are, with Diddy at the front of the line for execution. So, I mean...
morals, and you are educated enough to fucking know better, I think I hate you. I know we still have to get through life with these people. Like, at the end of the day, I still work with this man, but I'm not gonna hate him. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm gonna fucking hate him now. And
do it. Yeah.
Behold the tolerant left.
That's just how it is. And
you've been conditioned to do so, and it's okay. The simple-minded can easily be manipulated. That's it. I kind of want to blame you, but I mean, there's probably multiple different reasons and variables as to why you're so simple-minded, and so easily manipulated. But
tolerant, take a hike, because when it comes down to morals and ethics and giving a fuck about other human beings,
morals and ethics and giving a fuck about other human beings, yet you are going to hate someone because of their morals and their ethics. You see how that could, seem a little bit hypocritical? Of course not. Because there's no possible way that any of y'all could be hypocrites, man. Because rules for thee and not for me, right?
if you're smart enough to know better, you're educated enough to know better, you are exposed enough to other people in the world to fucking know better, and you're still okay with electing evil, I'm not okay.
Well, see, here's the thing. You think of him as evil. I don't. But outside of that, I've seen what evil actually looks like in other countries. You have probably never even left your state. You have probably never even been on an airplane. You have probably never even left the country. So when you say evil, sorry, girl, my definition of evil looks way different than Donald J. Trump. But it's okay, it's not your fault. You've never seen the world. You've never left the country. You've never left the comfort of your own little personal bubble that you've built for yourself with mainstream media telling you what to think and how to behave and how to interpret societal fucking situations. And just, you know, you lack critical thinking. You don't know how to think for yourself. It's just, you know, that's it. Hey, you know, it's funny. You remember that girl earlier that was crying? She's like, does anyone know of a good podcast that I can find right now? Yeah, she's not wanting to listen to a podcast in her car while she's door dashing because she's bored. She's wanting to listen to a podcast so that she can have someone else tell her how to think and how to feel. That's what it is with a lot of these people, man. It's crazy. It's wild. It's sad.
With you. All right, if you are a COVID conscious queer, I should say a COVID conscious person, like someone who wears a mask.
COVID aware queers. What's that all about? I'm just a flu conscious.
Are y'all hyper aware of COVID because you're queer? Are you immune to COVID because you're queer? Can't be. You're wearing a mask. Dude, do you know when you have COVID faster than anyone else? Because I don't even know what queer had to do with it, but, you know, this community wants representation in everything, man. Like, oh no, I'm a fan of chocolate milk. Have you had gay chocolate milk? I don't know what that is. What? It's like everything that is, they make it gay somehow. Why? Why do y'all do that? It's cringe. It's lame. What are you doing this weekend? I'm going to a birthday party. I'm going to a birthday party too. It's a gay birthday party. Have to be gay? Can't it just be a birthday party? Can't it just be like someone's? I don't know, man. It's just stupid.
Non-binary gay person.
Don't scroll, because this is like literally
I wish I could scroll.
life-saving advice. Because if you've just been like opening up your bifold, popping it on, squeezing it on your nose and going.
Side effect of transitioning beyond being non-binary and just into the dude side, I can mansplain now, like in a cultural sense. That is something that happens. It was just fun-splaining before.
Mansplaining doesn't exist. If you don't understand what someone's saying, chances are you're not educated enough to understand what they're saying, or which might not be your fault. You might have never learned it or whatever, or you're just butthurt that someone else knows more than you, or you got corrected. Mansplaining doesn't exist. Sometimes it can, but overall, it doesn't exist. It's just a whole bunch of overly sensitive females that don't like getting told when they're wrong. That is.
Now it's awkward and I have to shut up.
You've turned into exactly what you hated. Woke feminists who trash men and their mansplaining, but now they're out here acting like men themselves. How does that even make sense?
It doesn't.
And I have to shut up.
You know, it's very funny because people will say that gender is so complicated and they can't wrap their heads around it.
How is gender complicated?
Y'all made it complicated. That's weird.
You're either born with double X or XY chromosomes. You're a boy or a girl, a man or a woman. All this confusion about gender comes from made-up terms like rainbow, queer, non-binary, trans, bisexual, or all these other labels people throw around. And don't even get me started on those doctors doing surgeries and giving out hormone blockers.
And yet they're deeply familiar with the complexity of sports brackets. They have very strong opinions on the different attributes of vacuum cleaners. The thing is that you choose what you care about. It's never been about comprehension. It's always been about compassion.
Well, I actually agree with this dude. You do choose what you care about. And I could give a shit about someone who identifies as a woman when they were born a man.
It's not actually necessary that you understand me. What's necessary is that you respect me. And what's missing...
Bet. I can agree to that. I can respect you. So long as you don't force me to participate in your delusion. That's all I'm asking. Can we meet halfway there? If we can meet halfway there, firm handshakes all around. I got you, bro. I really do. But if you're going to do what you do and I can't do what I want to do, then that's not going to work out. Because you can't expect something from someone and then not give anything in return. And I will gladly give you all the respect in the world, just so long as you don't make me participate in your delusion. The second you make me participate, I'm fucking out. That's it. And that's all anyone wants, really. And for the shit to get taken out of schools, and that's about it. Sex education or nothing at all. And when I say sex education, I'm talking about like condoms, STDs, and fucking reducing teenage pregnancies. So, but the thing with these people, man, really, majority of them, is that
right now when it comes to trans and non-binary people is that they don't respect us. This is a failure of empathy, not education.
All we have to do is deliver a letter to Lord Otto von Berghoff and write back again.
Yeah, well,
what is a...
I want you to refer to me as Lord Dingaling, but y'all are never gonna do that. I'm sorry. People always think that it's a silly argument, but it's not, bro. Why can you be whatever you want to be, but I can't be whatever I want to be? Why do I gotta call you a certain thing, but you can't bend the knee and call me a certain thing? If we're living in fairyland and we're living in a delusion and we're just pretending at the end of the day, why can't I at least play along? Why is it so specific to you? Because it's not real, man. It's just, I don't know, man.
A woman.
A woman is somebody who.
When I was a child, I pretended and truly believed I was Spider-Man. And then I turned, I don't know, 12, and I realized that wasn't the case. So.
Sense. That's our social conception of womanhood.
Well, let me just play this out. So first of all, you can't give me a definition without using the word woman.
That's a functional definition. Yeah, sure.
Can you give me an objective, a functional, utilitarian, any sort of biological definition of what a woman is? Because how can we debate feminism if we can't agree what a woman is?
Personally, I think it's a mindset. It's a spiritual energy. It's the.
You're stupid. Stop talking. No, it has everything to do with what's between your legs and if you can procreate or not. Well, I mean, technically, everyone, whether you can give birth or not, really. That's just what it is. Can you give birth? No, not a man. Or you're a man. Can you give birth? Yes, you're a woman. If that's too basic and too caveman of thinking for you, I'm not sorry. I don't give a shit. That's the way it goes. Why overly complicate some very, very basic shit? But that's what y'all like to do. Y'all like to overcomplicate and overthink everything, man. And y'all overthink it so much that you end up doing stupid shit. Like, remember back in the day where y'all were actually fighting for women's rights? That was cool. That was, that was something inspiring. But now the same women that fought for women's rights are now fighting for the rights for men to be women and take over everything woman related, even making a man woman of the year. So what exactly? That's why we don't take y'all seriously. We can't take y'all seriously. What would be the point? It would lead nowhere. It would lead nowhere. So
vibe that you give off.
But if your identity is an energy or a feeling that can change, why would it be wrong for a 35-year-old to say he's 14? Therefore,
because he's not.
Exactly.
But then how is someone who has male parts a woman if he's not a woman?
That's two different things.
Why is
it's not two different things. It's all.
It's a mindset, isn't it? These ideas have consequences. It's more than
Didn't you say it was a spiritual energy? What if that 35-year-old feels like he has the spiritual energy of a 14-year-old? If it's spiritual energy that you're talking about, these bitches stupid. Literally trying to make a case for men who aren't women to have more, if not the same rights that they fought so hard to gain. How does it make you feel that none of you were woman enough to be woman of the year and they gave it to a biological man? How does that make you ladies feel? Huh? How does it make you feel on the inside that you weren't seen as woman enough to be Woman of the Year? None of you were. No female was. That was good old Bruce. Hey, it's what y'all wanted. Can't be mad. It's what y'all want. It's what y'all fought for.
Just a silly question. Oh, what is a woman? That if you can't answer it, or at the very least say that you should allow minors to become adults before they make these decisions. In California, you have to be 18 years old to get a tattoo, and yet 14-year-olds can go to what we call a doctor and get a highly aggressive hormone replacement therapy treatment. And all of these are ramifications of
Shame, shame, shame. I like this whatever podcast, but all they do is bring on OnlyFans models and bimbos. It's like shooting fish in a barrel. A trans girl says she's feeling her first intense period after hormone therapy? Yeah, sure. This is the kind
Nah, you just gotta shit.
Kind of thing Tim Walz was fighting for when he put tampons in the boys' bathrooms. If this trans girl's feeling period pain, then I'm pregnant with twins.
I think our neighbor would like us to remove our Trump yard signs part 5.
Part 5. She goes, Miss America. This has been going on for 4 other parts.
Really classy.
At what point did...
Hello?
4 more years. 4 more years. 4 more years.
If you're a real feminist, isn't it a total slap in the face when a guy just says, I'm a woman now? Like, I have a period. Nah, real women deal with menstrual pain. They give birth. They have this crazy magical power to bring kids into the world. And that should be respected and honored. That's something men can't do.
Exactly.
Why? Stop.
Yeah, no, we're not doing that. Get the fuck off my screen. That's a disgrace. If you can give birth, girl. If you can't give birth, boy. It's that simple. If that hurts your stupid ass ears, I don't really give a shit. Feel free to complain in the comment section, bro. I really don't care, and there's nothing you can do to change my mind. How does that make you feel? Fuck you. I'm not going to indulge in your delusion. Just not. And if it hurts your feelings, it hurts your feelings. Guess what? That's not against the law either. Nor against terms of service. Fuck your feelings. Like, really? I'm done giving an inch and you motherfuckers take a goddamn mile. I'm done trying to meet y'all halfway and y'all are like, no, fuck this. We're gonna go an extra 5 miles. And like, man, no. You already watched that one? The exploding Teslas and the... What did, someone put something in the Discord. Hold on. Let me see what it was. Variety. We did that one. Drake going after reaction channels. Okay, no, let me check for here. No. Some fat electrician and whatever this is. I don't even know if Drago's here, but The Elder Scrolls Online High Isle launch cinematic. I'm assuming the cinematic is fire. And that's why you requested this, Drago. Because you know me well enough now to know that I'm not really into Elder Scrolls. Like, I played Skyrim a long time ago. And that was about it. And I didn't even play for all that long. I was super busy at the time. And at the same time, I was also trying to get into World of Warcraft, which I ended up not getting into that either. But I'm down. If it's a fire cinematic, I'm down to watch. I like gaming cinematics and just like fire cinematics and shit like that. That's why League of Legends videos are always so good. But I like watching those. All right. Elder Scrolls Online. Dude, last night, speaking of video games, Last night I got hate mail from this dude on the opposing team. He said, "I hope you get," and then it was censored, but I'm almost pretty sure he said cancer. And then he called me cringe, and then he put KYS, which short for kill yourself. I was just like, God damn, bro. Even when I lose, I don't get that mad. I don't have time to type. Typing on a controller, I got time for that. Maybe on PC, use a keyboard. Typing is pretty easy there, but no, that shit was just funny. I should have recorded it. Is what I should have done. I should have been live. I was gonna go live on Rivals yesterday. Oh, dude, I've seen parts of this. This guy right here with the suit of armor takes on like 3 separate fucking people, maybe even 4, just like a straight 1v3, 1v4, and it's badass. I think I saw a short of this via YouTube Shorts. It was like, I don't know, a minute or something. Yeah, I haven't seen the whole thing. I've just seen like, there's gonna be a scene in here where they're fighting on a roof of a castle, and just like it's crazy. But I get to see the whole video now. I only saw like that 45-second clip. All right, here we go. Yeah, they look badass, right? They're about to get fucking slaughtered. The kid could go back to playing Fortnite? Who? I hope you're not talking about me. Honestly, the first time I saw this via that short, I thought it was like a trailer for the For Honor game, because I saw this dude in the suit of armor. He was just like fighting other fucking people I didn't recognize. I thought this was For Honor the first time I saw it. Fucking dude right here fights like Batman if Batman used a sword. That's what it reminds me of. Especially this right here where he hits this guy with such a dirty right hook right here. Yeah, like get the fuck out of my face. Like that was so clean. Sit down, bitch. Yeah. Hand in hand. Dude, he's amazing. Slaughter. This is literally in like just about every video game, every first-person shooter that I've ever played. This cinematic accurately depicts me and the squad trying to fight that 1% sweat lord in the lobby that is just trying his tits off, and he kills us. Really. We fight him like 4 or 5 times throughout the whole fucking game, and he always gets away, and at the end, he kills us anyway. That's what this video encapsulates for me. This right here, man. This scene. That right there is me getting dragged by an apex predator. in Apex Legends, man. That's what that is. I never saw this far. Damn. Got him with that one hit. He's like, ow. That hurt. But thank you for giving me my sword back. I think you had plenty of time to get the fuck out of the way. I don't know why you paused and looked at the person that was actually doing that for dramatic effect. That's probably what got you fucked, but I don't know, I kind of feel like he's gonna come out of this rock and just beat their ass again. In video game perspective, that was just a mini boss. Don't you just hate when the mini bosses are harder than the actual boss? Sekiro. Fuck ass game. God damn. Just pissed me off too, man. I get to a main boss, slaughter that motherfucker. And I just be wandering around through the world and I find some little random fucking little person that just dicks on me. And I'm just like, I just killed a god. And then I get fucked on by this little goblin? No. Oh, that was good. He's still alive. All that, dude. That's where Tracy, what's up? That reminds me of Thanos. All that for a drop of blood. He was still alive, bro. They didn't finish it. That was a fantastic cinematic. That was really good. Very that fight scene is just legendary. I never saw it all the way through, but yeah, that's just me getting drugged by some really, really good player. That was good. Not with games like that. With games like that, it's not a skill issue. Games like Sekiro, it's the what? Come here. It's just the weirdest thing, man. With games like that, like some of the bosses are easier than the side bosses, and because it's not a main boss, you go into this fight thinking like, oh, it's just a little guy. Rather just kill him real quick so I can keep moving. Nope. Nah, the amount of times that's happened to me before because I wasn't prepared because I was like, oh, well, this isn't a main boss. This should be easy. And then, nope. And then I end up fucking sweating my ass off just to kill some little fucking random minion that, guess what? He doesn't even drop any loot. And I'm just like, what are you bringing in here? Oh, Lord. Be careful. Be careful. If you fall off that, you know what you're hitting, right? Your face is smacking that table. Okay, what do you want from me right now? You want a different cartoon? What do you want? We're gonna start in a second, guys, on the next one. Paw Patrol? Alright. You did. Let me pull up the File Electrician video. What? No, you're not coming through anywhere with that. You keep that over there. No. And hey, when you're done playing with that, put it back in your room, because if you leave it downstairs again and I have to pick up more of your toys, you get no tablet for the rest of the day. You understand? Okay, well, go back downstairs. I'm coming. I'm gonna put you some cartoons. Picking up this girl's shit all fucking day. I know I said a bad word, and you're not gonna say those words. Okay then. Don't tell me nothing then. Five experimental grenade launchers. How old is this video? Because I think I may have seen something like that via a short from him. Or maybe it was another channel, I don't know. 5 experimental grenade launchers. Okay. So I think we may have, I'll have to see. We have seen this one. The XM29? That is a grenade launcher. No, kind of, maybe. Something. The airburst grenade launcher, if I can remember correctly, but I don't think we've seen this one. 5 experimental ones. Maybe we have. I don't know, man. It would not be in the archive. Let me go put cartoons for this little one, so she'll... Fuck, did she say Paw Patrol? Right back. Okay. Let's see.
Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling.
Bitch, what the fuck you talking about? I'm the fucking boss.
I come to set every day with a smile on my face because we're making Captain America.
Are you, though? Are you? I'll catch it on YouTube for rent.
Today we're talking about the top 5.
All right.
Today we're talking about the top 5 coolest grenade launchers you've probably never even heard of. That being because most of them were experimental and never actually made it to the battlefield, and of the ones that did, they were only used by special operations because again, they were experimental, or they were too expensive and too awesome to give to the regular grunts. I'll be ranking them in order from what I personally think to be the least to most cool, a totally unquantifiable metric that somebody in the comments will still tell me I'm wrong about, and I will be starting this list off with an honorable mention because it is not technically a grenade launcher. It is, however, the forefather of all grenade launchers, ladies and gentlemen, rifle grenades.
Oh, yeah. Wait for my
that is an M1 Grand,
yeah.
aka the Elder Gat, and yes, it is about to launch a grenade. Didn't know that was a thing.
It is, and the only reason I knew is because, well, 1, I've seen a video on it, and 2, it was, I think I learned about it in history class. And 3, it was in a video game. Most notably, one of the Battlefields. I believe it was either Battlefield 1 or it was one of the Battlefields. It may have been Call of Duty. I think it was Battlefield, though.
Did ya? This concept was invented by the British in World War II, and then it was promptly stolen by a bunch of other countries, including the US. Obviously, this led to a bunch of different variants that all function slightly differently. However, the overall concept is the exact same. One way or another, mount a grenade to the end of your service rifle, in this case the M1 Garand. Then, rather than chambering a normal round, you would chamber a blank and fire. The gas pressure from the blank would then propel the grenade through the air, thus giving the world the first example of death by dial-up. Now, if you know...
I think it was definitely Battlefield 5. Or Battlefield 1. Both of those games were set in not old school. They were set in like World War I, World War II era. Even though Battlefield 5 kind of tried to like
know absolutely nothing about guns, this is a normal round compared to a blank round. Can you spot the difference?
Yeah. That's the blank. And this is armor piercing. This is probably hollow point. No, not hollow point. This is armor piercing and or hollow point, could be. This is a tracer. This is your standard round. I don't know what the fuck this one could be. The color of the tips usually tells you what kind of round it is.
That is right, one of them has a projectile and the other one does not. I like to call that the Alec Baldwin test. Moving on. Kicking off our list at number 5, we have the Mark 18 Mod 0. Originally used in Vietnam for a short period of time, easiest way I can explain what it is a Gatling gun that shoots 40mm grenades. Yeah, the faster you turn that hand crank, the more grenades you're gonna shoot. It's like an Amish version of the Mark 19. Bad boy runs on butter churning to body vaporizing technology. Speaking of the Mark 19...
I'm assuming someone else aims it. If you're fucking cranking, that doesn't leave much room for you to aim. And if you're cranking while trying to aim, that's just gonna fuck up. Well, then again, it's a grenade, so if you miss small, you still hit. If you miss big, it still hurts. But I'm assuming someone else is turning it, or I'm assuming they get a location, they get it on target, they get the elevation, they get the distance, and they set it, lock it, then crank. Oh, we're no longer hitting? Okay, cool. Unlock, turn it. There you go, right there. Lock it again in place and then crank. Surely this thing is not like moving and cranking at the same time. I can't imagine you'd have any kind of luck there. I'm assuming that's how it was used.
AKA the machine gun that shoots grenades. This is actually the Mark 19's dad, because it would eventually turn into
the Mark 19.
The Mark 19. Yes. See what they did there? Mark 18, Mark 19. Anyways.
Not always the case, but for this it works, yes.
You just used metric. That means that the metric system must be better. Look, I understand your confusion, but I will explain. There are 2 situations where an American will use the metric system. That being ammo and drugs. Drugs because we want plausible deniability. You can't get me in trouble for having...
Well, I mean, no, there's one more.
Your confusion, but I will explain. There are 2 situations where an American will use the metric system. That being ammo and drugs.
Ammo and drugs. Okay. We're getting another one. The speedometer on most the speedometer on most military vehicles that I used, speedometer was in kilometers per hour, not miles per hour. I don't know what that really adds to any of this, but I just figured I'd say that. And I was always confused by it. I was like, why can't we just use miles per hour? They gave me an answer that didn't really jive all that well. That kind of didn't make any sense, but I went with it. And I forgot what the answer was. Forgot what they said.
Use metric. That means that the metric system must be better. Look, I understand your confusion, but I will explain. There are 2 situations where an American will use the metric system. That being ammo and drugs. Drugs because we want plausible deniability. You can't get me in trouble for having a gram if I don't know what a gram is. I think. And ammunition, because that's technically not ours. That's the bad guys. We just haven't given it to them yet. I mean, bad guy or not, we would hate for them to be dead and confused. Moving on to number 4, we have kind of a twofer, and it may have to be its own video one day because it is a giant pile of hot garbage. Basically, in the early 2000s, the military had a future weapons program, and shit just got out of hand. There's no other way to explain it. Because this is what they came up with, the H&K XM29. I have to take a deep breath. That's how ridiculous this gun is. That is a 20mm bullpup smart grenade launcher with an integrated 6X thermal scope, rangefinder, and an underbarrel 5.56 carbine. And they wanted every grunt in the military to have one.
Yeah. No. Absolutely not. And you know what? I can't imagine that gun was all... I can't imagine that weapon was all that good, to be completely honest with you. Because let me tell you something. That weapon... It also exists in a video game. I think Battlefield fucking sucked. In the game, at least. I never fired one of these in real life. It's a future experimental weapon, but that's a lot of... You hear everything he said? We've gone over this. We actually went over this video on this weapon.
Launcher with an integrated 6X thermal scope, rangefinder, and an underbarrel 5.56 carbine.
Ain't no way I would give that to a random private. I wouldn't. I would only give this shit to special operations. And they wanted everyone in the military to have one. I can see it now. They either break it, taking it apart. Imagine taking this bitch apart and cleaning it. The amount of shit you gotta go through. The amount of... at first, I thought it was tedious just taking apart and putting an M4 back together, but, I mean, that's a completely different, like, and taking apart the M4, putting back together is not hard. The 50 cal is tedious. This right here would be just a pain. What if something breaks? What if something in there stops working? Hold on, let me go back.
20mm bullpup smart grenade launcher with an integrated 6X thermal scope, rangefinder, and an underbarrel 5...
Integrated thermal scope with rangefinder. There sounds like there's quite a bit of tech in this. What if the tech malfunctions and breaks? Can you fix that on the spot? Because there's nothing about an M4 or an M16 that just breaks on the spot, unless you take a sledgehammer to it. But functions check is easy on that. Taking it apart is easy. Putting it back together is easy. If there's a jam, easy way to fix it. There's no such thing as something on that weapon not working anymore. I equate this to the equivalent of, like, you have an electric car. You know, not an electric car, you have a push to start car, right? And you got to take this bitch into a special kind of place to get the push to start to... What if something happens with your ignition? You can't take that shit to a regular mechanic. Regular mechanic only deals with keys, regular ignitions. So you're probably going to have to go to some weird, maybe even back to the dealership, and they're going to charge you out the fucking yin-yang for it. So what if one of these weapons goes down? Do you have enough to replace the weapon? Or are you going to fix the weapon? Is that soldier now down, or is your squad now down a weapon because this shit's not working? And, like, that's just, yeah, this... At least they thought it through and they didn't go through with it.
5.56 carbine. And they wanted every grunt in the military to have one.
No.
Yeah, I have no idea what they were thinking. I can only assume they saw the greatest movie of all time, Starship Troopers, saw this.
We have the weapon.
And said, oh my god, I have to have it. Thankfully, however, somebody with...
Yeah, except we're fighting fucking people. Not monsters from the Doom game.
Common sense along the way would convince them that giving every grunt in the military a 20mm smart grenade launcher that had a bunch of electronics in it as a main battle weapon was a terrible idea. So...
And especially having these same soldiers in a tent doing fuck games as lower enlisted with grenade launchers and infrared and rangefinders and thermal and the whole nine.
The government would then realize they were wasting taxpayers' dollars and abandon the project.
Battery powered, it looks like. I would hope so, man, because if there's any kind of wiring or circuitry in that shit, ain't no soldier fixing that on the spot, man. And what if there's like a deep mechanical problem with the weapon? If you get a jam in an M4, it's just easy to clear that jam. man. You just fucking... That's it. Or in some cases, depending on the weapon, drop your magazine, look at it, good, clear, put it back in, rack another round, and you're good. Clearing a jam in a 50 cal, easy. Clearing a jam in a 249, 240, not that hard. And even the dumbest person can do it fairly quickly. With this shit, this weapon seems so over the top, overly complicated that like everything in the military is dummy proof. That weapon is not dummy proof.
Project. That was a really bad joke, I'm sorry. Obviously, they kept the project going because they're the government and they never want to admit they're wrong, so they then split the weapon into two. The rifle would become the XM8 project, which was also a failure, but we're not talking about that today. The grenade launcher would become the XM25, and that's actually where it gets kind of cool. So it is a smart grenade launcher, and what that means, instead of just firing a grenade and having it detonate on impact, you can actually use the laser rangefinder and...
Which is pretty cool, and it is a upgrade to the M203 and the M320, which are both grenade launchers, but they're not automatic. They only fire one shell at a time, and there is a reload process to this. I think the fastest I saw somebody reload a 203, a couple seconds. Same thing with the 320. A couple seconds doesn't take overly that long, but and hell, I don't even know how long a reload with that thing would take. But I'm assuming it's just a magazine. The magazine has the grenades in it. Whereas opposed the 203 and the 320, you carried those grenades on your kit. And then you already had one in the chamber. I think. I don't know. I didn't carry the 320 or the 203. I didn't want a grenade launcher on my weapon. And they gave us a choice too, though. Like, do you want one of these or no? I was like, no, I'm good. I want to carry that.
Program the grenade to go off at a certain distance as opposed to on impact. So this would...
On top of that, it also works good for hitting your target and being very, very accurate with what you're trying to hit, because with a 320 or a 203, guess what you got to account for? You got to account for distance. You got to account for the velocity of your projectile. You got to account for where you are, where the enemy is. You got to account for if they're behind something, if they're shit in the way. And stuff like that. And with this weapon system, that just takes away all the guesswork of, you know, okay, he's 200 meters. Okay, hold on. Right? It takes away the guesswork. It's just like right there for you. But
be helpful for when, example, an enemy was hiding behind cover. You could program the grenade to detonate right above their head. It would look kind of like this.
Yeah.
And while that concept is super cool, the XM25 itself was fielded with the Rangers overseas. After testing it for a little bit, they found it to be such a piece of shit they wouldn't even carry it on a mission, thus ending a multi-billion-dollar project. Moving on to number 3 on our list, we have the Mark 47 Striker. This is essentially the new and improved Mark 19, that improvement being basically all the electronics I just explained to you from the XM125. It's that, except it's been put on the Mark 19. And unlike the XM25, the Mark 47 has gotten amazing reviews from special operations units overseas, with some of them reporting they've been able to have a first round hit at 2,000 yards with a 40mm grenade, which is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Obviously, with so much accuracy, it's probably only semi-automatic, right? No, absolutely not. Still exclusively fully auto, because fucking America, I guess. Okay, move.
Yeah, well, not too much fucking America, because both my M4 and my M16 that I used in combat were not full auto. I don't know why they're so afraid of giving us regular grunts, just regular non-special operators. I don't know why they're so hell-bent on not giving us full auto. What, are you afraid we're going to blow through too much ammo? I see how much ordnance the Air Force drops. Stop. Right? So, no, both my weapons were burst at most. That was it. Except for the 50. That was phenomenal.
Moving on to our runner-up, the Barrett XM109, which, if you know anything about guns, that looks oddly like the 50 caliber Barrett sniper rifle, because it basically is, except instead of shooting 50 BMG, it shoots 20mm grenades. You know, for when 50 BMG just isn't enough, which is like fucking never. Meaning that this entire weapons platform...
Meaning that this was just built as a middle finger and a fuck you. Why? Because fuck you. How many times? All the times. That's why. That's it. Jesus. I want to shoot that. I've shot in 50 caliber. I've never shot in 50 caliber hybrid grenade launcher.
exists for one reason and one reason only, and that's to send a fucking message. Like, this is what they break out when somebody fucks with Doc. The cool part about this weapon system, though, is that the 50 cal Barrett and the XM109 are basically the same platform, which means that you don't have to carry one of each gun if you wanted both. You just have to
Just the platform itself, the frame.
carry both upper receivers, and the lower receiver is going to function on both of them. Meaning you could have a 50 caliber sniper rifle, and then you could leave the upper receiver for the XM109 in the Humvee. And then, you know, on the off chance you need it, you have it. The other reason I ranked this weapon up so high is because it's just fucking hilarious. It is a sniper rifle grenade launcher. Like, sniper rifle, one shot, one kill, ultra precise. Grenade.
It sounds like something straight out of a video game, really. A sniper rifle grenade launcher. You know, 10 years ago, when we were playing Call of Duty, we were just like, sniper rifle grenade launcher? What a fucking joke. That'll never exist in real life, but it's cool for a game. Well, here we are.
Grenade launcher. Fucking put one over there somewhere.
Yeah.
They literally took two polar opposites, mashed them into one gun, and it's the most American shit I've ever seen in my life. And now we get to our number one, the coolest grenade launcher of all time. Or at least that's my objective opinion. No, I did not confuse subjective and objective. I know what I said, and I meant it. Ladies and gentlemen, the China Lake. Named after the China Lake Naval...
This weapon is so fucking dog shit in video games. Call of Duty, that's where this one comes from. There's been quite a few in here that came from Battlefield. I know this weapon, bro, because I've done gold camo grinds, and I've also done Damascus camo grinds in Call of Duty in my lifetime. The China Lake fucking sucks. It's so bad. I'm hoping that it'll be better in real life. Let's see what Fat Electrician says, but man, in games, that is a turd and a half.
Center where it was developed for the Navy SEALs during Vietnam. It is a 3+1 pump action 40mm grenade launcher. Only 24 were ever made, but they were used on the battlefield, and the Navy SEALs that used them reported being able to fire all 4 rounds before the first round hit the ground.
Damn. Oh my god. What's the recoil like? And is that full auto? No, the China Lake, it's No, this is pump action. That's some fast pumping.
Only 24 were ever made, but they were used on the battlefield, and the Navy SEALs that used them reported being able to fire all 4 rounds before the first round hit the ground.
That's literally That's nuts.
You know, because wasn't already terrifying enough.
I
The
know.
only sad part about the China Lake is that it doesn't have a bayonet lug and you can't slam fire it. Despite that, I still think it is the coolest grenade launcher of all time. If you made it this far in the video, thank you for watching. This is definitely a different type of video, so
Yeah. That China Lake was dog water. They only made 24 of them, which means if you ever wanted one, you'd be paying a pretty penny for it. If you ever wanted one. I'm assuming whoever has these will never part ways with the one they have. Someone said the China Lake is one of those things that really should make a comeback. Simple, rugged, effective. It looks cool. I like the way it looks. I like the design. It's beefy, almost like a shotgun, but it's a fucking grenade launcher. And I'm sure that in real life, that thing would probably give me a boner. But in Call of Duty, that shit gave me like the world's biggest soft-off. It's not even funny. So I have hopes that in real life, this thing could put in work. And it did, from what I heard. In modern combat, how good would this thing fare? Not with shit like the XM24 existing, or was it 48? I don't know. The upgrade to the 19? Not with shit like that existing. That's no bueno. But I mean, depending on how good you're in, and you can't use this for home defense at all. It's just something cool, really, something niche, something unique, something specific that a gun collector would like to have. I'd like to shoot it once, you know, but. heard a very different thing about the smart grenade launcher. That is, that it was liked by users, but turns out with the caliber of grenades used in airburst mode, it violated some treaty, which made it war crimey to use. I'm not even gonna get started on any of that. That shit just gets on my nerves. Really. And that probably is the case. It violated parts of the Geneva Convention. You know, that group of people that they're okay with the enemy capturing us and decapitating us, but they're not okay with us capturing the enemy and fucking them up once we capture them. You know, those people. So, probably, I believe that. I believe that it was outlawed because of war crimes. Nah. You know, because war is supposed to be nice and a gentleman's sport, right? Gotta have respect. Oh, that felt great. Oh, that felt amazing. All right, go back here. I don't think we never watched this Angry Cops video. We watched the one about the jackass that was talking about veterans belong on a watch list. But we never watched this one. Exploding Tesla, New Orleans attack. No, that's like old. That's like from. Oh, hold on. Check my watch later. No, okay, no, I didn't have anything else in here. All right. Did you you didn't have anything else for us, did you? Jonathan, if you're still in here with all your donations today, you could have requested something or many things. I wanted to watch that video on Elon, but that shit's like hella long. Unfortunately. I'm just looking through my feed real quick and seeing if there's anything in here. Oh yeah. There was one, I should have put it in my watch later. There was one that was about the fucking View, dog, and I want to watch something where it's just like straight it's just nothing but clips. I don't want the clips to, I don't want any interruptions in the clips. Okay. Let me just try compilate. Oh. Okay. And this will fix it. Oh, just get different shit. Oh my god, the videos I'm looking for are not popping up first. Can you help me, please? I just want to see it. I just want to see clips. I don't want to see anything in between. 3 days ago. Okay, maybe this one. If it's just okay. Oh, I'm just trying to find clips. Is anyone posting compilations? Like, I just want to see a compilation of just like I know, Kat. It's wild, isn't it? There's literally nothing I can type in that's gonna pull up. All I want is just a compilation of clips, and I don't have to hear anyone talking. That's all I want. This TikTok? Go to TikTok? No, I want like a compilation. I don't want to have to find these fuckers individually. I just want to see. Are there compilations on TikTok? Maybe. I mean, there's one. Maybe this is it. Okay. That's. No, Sky News. No, I did. No. Started watching that one. I just want to watch the clips, man. Oh, bet. A compilation of liberal TikTokers melting down over Trump's inauguration. Hopefully this is the one. It took us days. Jesus.
It's day one of Donald Trump's administration, so let's just take a look at how things are going already.
This fucking turd right here. He's hilarious. Every time I hear him speak, I'm just like, I'm so glad I'm me and he's him, because if I was him, then I would hate being me. Get a little bit of that self-delete action if I had to live your life. If I had to. Anyways.
It's day one of Donald Trump's administration, so let's just take a look at how things are going already. Egg prices have not come down. Gas prices have not come down. Housing prices have not.
It just goes to show you how fucking retarded you are, dog, because he's only been in office for like, I don't know, a couple weeks. I think that's fair to say. Really? Just a little bit. When Michael Jordan got drafted to the Bulls, they didn't win a championship immediately. They didn't even win a championship their second year with Michael Jordan. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. That would be a fair assessment, like, I don't know, 3 years from now, if he indeed didn't do shit, but like, oh, guys, he's been president for 10 minutes and he's done nothing. Okay. Okay, bro. You're such a disingenuous, dumb bastard, bro. I just hope you know that. At the end of the day, man, good lord.
Not come down. Grocery prices have not come down.
Jesus
so
Christ,
retarded.
the guy's only been in office for a couple of hours.
Thank God. I'm glad I'm not the only one thinking that. You're so dumb. Man, I'm gonna go smoke again. I need ganja in my system if I'm going to deal with this level of moronicism. I thought I could do it sober, but motherfuckers like this, I need drugs. Sorry. Everyone's got a vice, and it seems like yours is being retarded. I gotta find a way to deal with that. Be right back. Oh, okay. Oh. With your cringe Macaulay Culkin looking ass. Now that I'm properly medicated, I can stomach your bullshit. Here we go.
This is after Donald Trump said that the effect of his policies would be felt almost immediately. Trump also threatened war with Panama during his inauguration speech. And just now...
Good, maybe they were talking shit.
Now, Elon Musk did a German World War II salute, if you're catching my vibe, while he was speaking at one of Donald Trump's inauguration events. So...
Well, that's because we're all Nazis, remember? Remember? Why are you saying this like it's brand new? We're all Nazis and bigots, remember? And all Trump supporters are white supremacist KKK types, right? Same shit. Same shit. You got anything new? No? Is it the same thing? Okay. I thought you were gonna bring up something new.
If you're MAGA and you voted for this, congratulations, you got played. You got played. Donald Trump and his team are not doing any of the things that they promised they would do. They just completely played you and lied to you. Donald Trump thinks that government is a game that he can just play with, and we're seeing that.
That's what every politician thinks. That's why they never want to get rid of power. They play the game to stay in power. The fact that you haven't come to terms with that just goes to show you how naive you actually are. Everything in politics is a game. To them. We're on the outside, so it doesn't look like a game to us. It's a game to them, man. That's how it is. What was it that you said here?
Doing any of the things that they promised they would do. They just completely played you and lied to you. Donald.
Hey, remember when Joe Biden said that he would cure cancer during his administration? Surely he wouldn't have said something like that if there wasn't at least like a chance that it was close to having a cure, right? Didn't he say that? I could have swore he said that. I'm almost pretty sure. It sounds ridiculous comparing what he said to comparing what you're saying, because what you're saying is more grounded in things that could actually happen, right? But that's just, it's so weird. It's strange. Remember how when Biden was in office, there was a whole bunch of people that had to wait on housing, and a whole bunch of people that couldn't get housing, and a whole bunch of people that needed shit from the city or from the government but got sent to the back of the line so that refugees and illegal aliens could have first dibs on all this stuff that should have gone to them. Remember that? I remember that. That was, but that's just me, really. You know, it really does take time for any changes that a president makes for the general population to see an immediate effect. You know, it's kind of like taking a rock, right, and dropping it into a pond, right? And as soon as that rock hits the water, it's going to make an initial splash, right? It's going to make a little dent, and it's gonna splash. It's gonna go up, and it's gonna make the water ripple. How long until those ripples of water, which if you're thinking of it in perspective of the ocean, waves, how long till those ripples of water reach you standing on land? That's kind of how it is. Donald Trump going into office is like dropping a pond. Putting anyone in office is like dropping a rock in water, right? Or throwing a rock into water close enough to where you can see the ripples coming towards you. Those ripples coming towards you are going to take time to get to you naturally. Not in the sense of this, they actually move pretty fast, but over the course of time, man, like you don't really have any foresight. Really. You look like you're, I don't know, 20, 21. I would hope so, because if you're older than me still this stupid, well, first, congrats on the baby face, but bro, you're stupid. It takes any change that a president makes to really have some kind of noticeable effect, for the most part. Some people might notice it, and lots of times, changes and decisions and things that affect the country that the president does, some people don't even notice or feel it. And the ones that do are the ones that either do or the ones that just pay attention close enough to know that it could affect. It's just,
Donald Trump thinks that government is a game that he can just play with, and we're seeing that right.
Kind of like how Joe Biden played the same game and did the same kind of shit for his son. Tell me, are you not using the system to your advantage when you pardon your own son? When you pardon yourself? When you pardon your whole fucking family? Just because? Are you not using it to your advantage?
Right now, Trump hasn't even been in office for 24 hours, and we're already being embarrassed on the world stage. We tried to warn all of you.
Any more embarrassed than Joe Biden was? Couldn't ride a bike, couldn't walk upstairs, always looked lost on stage, couldn't read a teleprompter, constantly mumbled, no one knew what the fuck he was talking about. Half the time he didn't know where the fuck he was, and close to the end of his presidency, people were calling into question his mental capabilities. Oh, you mean that kind of embarrassment? Shut the fuck up.
Really did.
Donald Trump is a white supremacist. Full stop. If you vote for him again, you're a white supremacist.
I'm down. Whatever.
Stop. America can be better, but we must call it out till it full stop.
Hey guys, everything feels really out of control and scary, and I'm really anxious.
Who is this? Billie Eilish? Is this someone important? She kind of looks like Billie Eilish. Is that Billie Eilish? Or is it just some random girl that just so happens to kind of look like Billie Eilish?
Elon Musk, like, did a Nazi salute for some reason. That's so scary. And, like, Donald Trump's the president, and that's so scary. And, like, he basically admitted to voter fraud, but we're all just kind of glossing over that. Also, if you look up, this is random, if you look up right now in the search bar on TikTok, the Taylor Swift song, The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived, it's all, like, for me at least, I'll tell you, it's all, like, replaced with woman, question mark. Like, what is about to happen? Like, I have, like, such, like, impending doom and fear, and, like, what is about to happen?
Dude, you are not mentally well. Some of these people are not mentally well. This kind of reaction and these tears. Okay, here's your address. I know where you work. I know where they go to school. I know all this stuff. Blah, 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 blah. And she starts to believe him. And she starts to freak out because what he's wanting her to do will destroy her. But she also doesn't want her kids to die, right? So she starts hyperventilating and crying and going through all these emotions like my life is on the line and I'm getting blackmailed and I can't tell anybody and I literally fear for my life right now. That's the way she's behaving. Except no one's threatening her, no one's trying to kill her, no one's threatening her children or her family or her job or her livelihood. We just had a change of president. Yikes. And you say that Trump is embarrassing us, bro? Y'all do a lot of that shit already on your own. Let's be real here. Y'all embarrass yourselves. Donald Trump doesn't even need to be there for y'all to embarrass yourselves, so
I'm just laughing because I'm scared. Like, I don't... why, like, I'm not understanding either. Why?
She's a kid? Yeah, I was a kid once upon a time too. And bro, this shit did not... Dude, maybe I'm just a special case or a unique case or a weird case, but I didn't start paying attention to politics, bro, until I turned 25. 25. I didn't give a fuck about politics. I didn't talk about politics. I didn't know about politics. I didn't care to know about politics. I didn't care to learn about politics. Nothing. I'm still like that to this day, but I'm just more receptive to information because there's a lot of bullshit out there. So whenever someone tries to tell me bullshit, I like to be armed with knowledge to call their bullshit, especially if it's like some fucking family member or something, right? I just like knowing stuff. I like being educated on what's happening. I like just having answers, right? So I don't consume myself with politics, but I do pay attention. More so than when I did when I was younger. And I didn't start paying attention to politics till I was 25 years old, man. 25. She looks like she's like, what, 18, 19, maybe 20, 21. Who knows, man. I could not have been fucked to care about politics until I turned 25, man. I don't know what the significance of that age is, but that's just when I started paying attention. Around that age. But bro, from birth all the way up until then, you couldn't bother me with politics. You just couldn't. There was no way. And I wouldn't even argue with you. Like, if you started talking about politics, I would just be like, oh, cool, man. So the party tomorrow, a case, a keg, what are we doing? Liquor? No. What, beer pong or flip cup? What we got going on, right? That was me. And even in the military, I didn't care. And when I was in the military, it really didn't matter because my job still sucked anyways. I still had to do shit regardless who sat in that office. So it never really occurred to me to pay attention nor care up until I'm jealous of the people that still don't give a fuck. That they're just oblivious. They're just like, I'm also jealous of the people that are just obliviously stupid. Man, it must be nice. It must be nice to just like, I don't know, kind of just be on autopilot, not notice, not be aware. It doesn't even register in your world. Man, I'm jealous of those people. But I see it. I hear it. It stares at me.
Why Elon Musk is involved? Isn't he not American? Like, what is fucking going on? What is happening?
Elon did the Yahtzee salute. His grandparents, his mother's parents, were part of the Yahtzee Party of Canada. They immigrated to apartheid South Africa.
I don't know what the fuck Elon Musk is doing, but to do the mental gymnastics to suggest that because Elon Musk did that, then Trump must also be a Nazi is a far leap, and y'all should probably get off that hill.
Because they supported apartheid. That's how fucking racist this guy
does look sketchy, though. I don't know what the fuck that is. Like, were you trying to dab and you just did it wrong? It's like this, Elon. It's not like, you know what I'm saying? It's, or if you're whatever handed, you know? And I fucking hate that I know that, by the way. But I don't know what you're doing there, Elon, and whatever. Maybe you'll get us to Mars one day. But to suggest that
guy and his family are. They had an emerald mine in apartheid South Africa. Come on. Of course he's gonna do this shit.
I'll say it. His signature is Google. His signature looks like a lie detector test when someone's telling a lie, which is only fitting for him, right? Like, his signature looks...
And you're basically that fucking third grader that is just like, well, your dress is ugly, and your shoes don't match, and, like, you have a stupid shirt, and I'm actually glad that you fell and scraped your knee. I'm not sorry about that. That's what you sound like. Lord have mercy. Goddamn.
It's like somebody's like has like heart palpitations or something like that. I'm not a doctor.
I mean, bro, let me show y'all something. Do y'all want to see my signature? I have a different signature each time. Watch. I never have the same signature, and my handwriting sucks. Now, let's fast forward 2 weeks. I gotta sign again. You see the difference? That's it. It's an E and then an F and then fuck all. So I look at Donald's and to be honest, if I didn't know his name was Donald Trump, I don't know what the fuck that says, but it looks a whole hell of a lot better than what I can fucking do. Nice handwriting. My handwriting blows.
But you get it. His signature looks like somebody's trying to write something, but the car is bumpy and they're like, ugh, that's a signature. I hate how he signs his signature too. He's like, bring it to me. I am the king.
Well, he is, so.
And then he goes like this. If I put ink on this, that's his signature. His signature looks like a first grader's rendition of what a village would look like, with a little fence and teepees. His signature is like if you were to take like the written word like something good that someone with an actual brain wrote, and you condensed it. You put it in a hydraulic press, and then it'd be like, oh.
This is so much better than listening to some of you bitches ramble on about abortion, over and over again. This is great. She's descending into chaos, but this is so much better than that.
It's like signature? Cool.
Hello, my name is Scarlett Kelly, and I am officially declaring war on the Republican Party. If you are a Republican on TikTok and you want to interact with me, you deserve to die. You deserve to be shot. You deserve whatever suffering could possibly come to you. If you are a Republican and try to start any of that kind of nonsense with me in person, you will lose your life.
I will shoot you in the face and suck your cock.
This is war. I am not joking. It's done. You are not an American anymore. You're out. You're off the list.
Nah, but we're in though. What do you mean? We're in. This is a classic example of, I don't see how you can hate from outside the club. You can't even get in. Leg out. Oh man. Shit. This is the guy Chris Brown was talking about.
You've been naughty. Like, come on. We're gonna start giving you the coal in the form of massive stones on top of a slab of wood on top of you. Have a wonderful day.
You too, man. I hope you have a good one. You're not gonna do anything of what you just said, but
I just watched the inauguration. Here's my dog. She knows
I don't know why, but for some reason I feel like her name is Phoebe. Wanna know why?
what's up.
Because I want you to hear me when I say with my full fucking chest, if you voted for Donald Trump, I want you out of my life.
Because at a base level, I don't care for friends. I don't care for family. Because if I'm going into a future where interracial marriage is even up for debate, I don't want you at my wedding. I don't want you there. If I travel out of state while on my period and my blood condition causes me to start hemorrhaging, and I happen to be in a state where women's health care is so strictly regulated that...
No, girl, that right there, you would just go to the emergency room. What are you talking about? That sounds like something you would go to the emergency room for, and it doesn't matter if you're a woman. What? What are you talking about? Oh, because of these new regulations that they have on abortion. Well, I might not be able to get help somewhere, but no, you go to the emergency room like, hey man, something's going on in my body. You help? And they will. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what any of that means. And what'd you say here?
Well, I don't care for friends. I don't care for family. Because if I'm going into a future where interracial marriage is even up for debate, I don't...
Who's debating interracial marriage? What are you talking about? What do you mean? I mean, technically, if you want to get technical, Donald Trump and Melania, isn't that interracial? She's Russian. He ain't. I don't really consider the color. Race is race. There's different colors all over the place. So... no one's debating interracial marriages. I don't think I've ever heard anyone. We don't live in those times anymore, girl. What are you talking about? At least I don't live in those times, man. I've been married twice, and they were to white women. So, and both their parents like me. So I don't know. I don't think I've ever heard anyone debate that.
I don't want you at my wedding. I don't want you there. If I travel out of state while on my period and my blood condition causes me to start hemorrhaging, and I happen to be in a state where women's health care is so strictly regulated that doctors feel like they can't interfere because any period-related bleeding could be a pregnancy and there's no interfering in that, and I bleed out and die because of the laws that are going to be left up to states' decisions, I don't want you at my funeral. If the Department of Education is defunded and my children can't go to school...
I don't even feel like breaking down that mental gymnastics that she just unloaded there. That is just...
unless it's at a private institution that we cannot afford and there's no way to get any assistance in affording this, I don't want you in my kids' lives. And that's just the beginning of it. So honestly...
Funny how she said kids, but everything she's talking about seems like it has to do with the whole abortion thing.
Truly, if you voted for Trump, get out of my life.
So remember how everyone who is upset about Trump becoming president got a bunch of angry comments saying you're not going to lose any of your rights, calm down. He just went on a rant about how it is official policy of the government of the United States that there are only 2 genders, male.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. And he said that he didn't say that there's only 2 genders. He said that, see, this is where you motherfuckers lack reading comprehension. He didn't say that what you're saying. He didn't say that there was only 2 genders. He said that there is only 2 genders recognized by the American government, male and female. Now, if you want to do whatever you want to do in your own lives, by all means do whatever you want to do in your own lives. But y'all are going to cry about that because y'all are all about recognition. Y'all are all about what is it? What's the word that I'm looking for? Y'all are all about inclusivity. Y'all are all about representation, right? So naturally, you're not going to like this, but it's the way it is because that's what most fucking people believe. That's what most people think. It's known to be true. It's biologically true. That's what most people have known and thought throughout thousands of fucking years. Okay? You know, there's a lot of Spanish-speaking people in this country, and I don't see them getting upset at the fact that everyone here speaks English. What do? They just fucking learn. Or they don't. Or they speak broken English or Spanglish, or maybe they learn just enough to get by, or who knows, maybe they never learn at all, and they just have a friend translate for them. But, you know what I'm saying? There's no one, there's no Hispanic person talking about, we need to change the main language of this country to fucking Spanish because we have Hispanic. No, I'm gonna do that, man. Most people here speak English, and on this topic, most people know to be true, and have learned it that it's only male and female. If you want to do anything outside of that, then feel free. Do what you do, but it just won't be recognized. You can still believe that there's more than 2 genders. It's just that most of us in the government see it differently. So just get with your friends that believe the same shit you do. Start a group, start a community, have some fun, do your unicorn shit, right? But there you go. What were you expecting to get out of being recognized? What would that even do? Allow you to keep fucking with the school system and trying to transition these, 10, 11, and 12-year-olds to a gender that they don't need to be? Because it's called puberty. It's not because you were meant to... I'm preaching to the choir here, but...
Male and female. You were saying?
What if?
I don't know. I feel like I said everything I needed to say.
They needed him to think that he was president for like a second. And they needed him...
Oh, this is gonna sound just like the same brain dead shit that y'all were saying whenever he almost got assassinated. What if he planned it? I bet you he planned it. And you know what? I had family members that thought that. And I was just like, do you have any idea how stupid that is? Like, you mean to tell me that he planned it and he chose a random fucking young kid with a substandard rifle with a red dot from that distance and told this kid, hey, make it look believable. And he shot and hit his ear on the first shot, on the first attempt, with a weapon that he hasn't zeroed with a red dot from that distance, the president is going to take that chance to plan it, to make himself look good, and he's going to plan it like that. Get the fuck out of my face. No. Whenever I heard that theory, I was just like, y'all are all the way stupid. Y'all are all the way stupid. You're on the same shit right here, bro.
To think that he was president for a second so that he would think that he got away with it.
Okay.
And if he thinks that he got away with it, he would show who he really is.
No. What?
For like a second. And they needed him to think that he was president for a second so that he would think that he got away with it. And if he thinks that he got away with it, he would show who he really is.
No, bro, that's not how it works. If I get one over on you and I get away with it, why would I show you that I got away with it? Why would I show who I really am to you? If I can keep getting one over on you, if I can keep fucking you over, why would I ever display any kind of inclination of wanting to fuck you over or having had fucked you over? Why would I even give you the slightest hint that I'm currently fucking you over? What?
Him to think that he was president for a second so that he would think that he got away with it. And if he thinks that he got away with it, he would show who he really is.
And on top of that, when you think of it in a different route, this sounds even extra stupid because they're like, maybe they just let him be president for a second so that he could think he won, so that he could show us who he really is. Meaning, he won the election and is now president. That's all he said. Maybe they let him win the election so that he could be president. I don't think there was a let about it. I mean, the people let him. The people allowed him. I don't know who is they. Who they let him win. Who is they? Who let him win? But, bruh, I can't. It's so hard to even like get the gears turning to even process this, and no fucking sense, just like the circus. Oh wow, you've had a rough morning. I can tell. Jesus. Last person I saw looking like that, they got news that they were terminal. But you're not. Okay. Oh, man. Am I just a bad American? Am I just like a psychopath that has zero feelings? Am I crazy? Am I psycho? Really? Am I psycho? Because I've never felt any inclination to shed tears or get this emotional over something like this. But after everything I've seen, these people make it seem like it's the natural thing to do. Like it's pretty much standard. Your guy don't win, you cry. Am I just a heartless motherfucking monster, psychopath, piece of shit? Or are there other motherfuckers that feel like me? Do y'all not feel the urge to cry about this shit either? When Joe Biden won, did you cry? No. 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 I don't know. I don't know, man. This is, I don't know. My apologies, I'm ugly crying. I've been crying all day. I don't know what to do. I just don't understand how we got here. You know what? I don't understand how we got here either. Because I grew up in a time where no one talked about politics. I grew up in a time where when you talk to your neighbor, it was literally about everything except for politics, money, and religion. Everything else, that's what you talk to your neighbor about. No one talked about politics. Ever. At all. That's how I grew up. That's the era that I grew up in. Right? And then now
How did we get here? How did we get here?
I'll tell you. So we had George Bush, who lied about WMDs, but overall, yeah, anyways. And then we got Obama, which, I don't know, outside of like shitty Obamacare, I couldn't really think of many other reasons on. Then we had Obama. And then we had Donald Trump. Y'all tried to do Hillary. And then we got Biden. And that shit was awful. And now we're back to Trump. That's how that happened. I just covered like 20 plus years of presidents, but that's where it started.
I spent my life raising my kids, my beautiful girls, to fight and to stand up against this shit. My beautiful daughters, I taught them to stand strong and to stand up to bullies and to misogyny. For what?
Who's misogynistic? Who's a bully? Who? Oh. Talking about Trump. I don't understand. But I don't know. It's what about since you're such an advocate about teaching your daughters the right thing, what about infidelity? Stand up to bullies and misogyny. What about standing up to infidelity? Something that one of your probably favorite candidates refused to do. She let Bill cheat on her for fucking years as long as it was going to guarantee her a seat somewhere in politics. Maybe even quite possibly the president. That lady sold her fucking soul for politics. She sold her soul. She sold herself. Really. She sold her relationship. She sold her marriage, man. She sold her dignity. Bro, she let Bill is probably still cheating today, man. And she let Bill cheat, didn't even get mad. Didn't even say anything because she knew what was there to gain. That's the kind of woman that you want your daughters to become, to forego their dignity and self-respect for the bag or quite possibly a job. I get people have to make money and everything, but come on. Be real here.
For what? For what?
Like, say you are a trans woman going.
Every time I see MGK, he looks different. What's happening? Jesus. Every single time he's got a different look, different something going on. Kels. What's good, bro? What's happening? You didn't strike me as a Kamala supporter. But after that massive L you took from Eminem, then again, he supports Kamala too. Y'all should be friends. Maybe y'all can make a song together about the right and how about we're all bigots, I'd check it out. I would. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm done. My bad. I took that too far.
Into a men's bathroom.
Wait, hold on. Let me see.
Say you are a trans woman going into a men's bathroom. What's gonna happen? It's not safe.
Yeah, which is why you should go in the men's bathroom. Because you know what's funny? You know, it's funny, normally, and by the way, trans people are being outlawed in America is a flat out lie. I mean, there's certain things that are about to be fucking outlawed, like teaching this shit to kids, and then hopefully y'all going into female bathrooms. But you know what's funny is if a man walks into a female bathroom, there's going to be about 5 to 6 females in there that are going to be like, get the fuck out! And he's going to be like, all right, or my mistake, I've accidentally walked into the female bathroom. I wasn't paying attention. Saw a chick, immediately walk the fuck back out. But usually one of them ladies, they're gonna say something to you. Get the fuck out, right? Whereas if a lady walks into a male bathroom, I can't even tell you that I would say anything. I would just be like, all right, cool. I mean, hopefully I don't have to see her use the urinal. That'd be awkward, but whatever. She's here. I'm on my way out anyways. And I wouldn't even say anything to this woman. If I saw a woman walk into the men's bathroom, go into a stall, sit down, and take a fat shit, I would just be like, I took one of those yesterday. I felt so much better. Hopefully she feels better. And I just go about my day, man. Men don't care. We really don't. Like, and especially me, dude, I went to basic training. I was in an open shower with nothing but fucking swinging dicks. I don't really care who I see or whatever the fuck. But as far as the other way around, while it sounds like a double standard, it has to be that way, man. Because I'll be goddamned if I'm gonna let my little niece, walk into a bathroom and you walk in after her. No, man, no. And maybe one day, if you have kids, you'll start to realize the same thing and think the same thing. Absolutely not, man. The last time I went to a gas station, I went in the bathroom with my niece. Granted, it was one toilet, one solid room. That was it. One sink and stuff like that. I went in there with her. I let her go in there by her fucking self. And no, ma'am, no. So now when it comes to, I know one time we were in Walmart and she had to go to the bathroom. I took her in the bathroom and I went to the furthest stall. A lady saw me, looked at me. I had my niece in my arms. She looked at the fact that I was holding a 3 to 4 year old. Didn't say anything. Walked in there, she peed, walked right out. No fuss, no nothing, right? And whatever. Most of the time, though, it's going to be a lady taking the little girl to the bathroom for the most part. That way, you know, there really it isn't an issue. But still, it's just, no, man. And I'm telling you, man, y'all play with fire. You're liable to get punched in the face. Dude, man, dads don't play that. Get the fuck away from my kid. Why are you close to my kid? Why are you even in the same vicinity as my kid? Don't speak to my kid. Like, and why can't y'all use the male bathroom? Why is it so imperative that you use the female bathroom? This is a mental thing, bro. It's literally a mental thing. If you can pop a squat and piss outside, it doesn't matter what bathroom you use at the end of the day. This is just one thing that, see, this is just an instance of we give you an inch and you take a mile. You know, we were like, oh, you want to pretend to be a lady? Go ahead, bro, whatever. I don't give a fuck. And then y'all take that and you're just like, well, I'm going into a female bathroom. And it's just like, no, bro, no.
You know, you are literally creating laws to harm trans people, Trump. Shame on you.
The real reason Trump's inauguration has been moved indoors has absolutely nothing to do with the weather and everything to do with
he doesn't want to be assassinated again. I bet you Kennedy really wishes he would have had a fucking top on his motorcade that day. Instead of it being convertible and open. No shit, girl. What are you even saying?
with crowd size and his ego. As we know,
It has nothing to do. The man has been almost assassinated twice, lady. Twice, lady. Are you retarded? Duh. Bruh. Duh. Not an ego thing, it's a safety thing. That CEO just got dropped like a sack of potatoes a couple of fucking weeks ago. What are you talking about? When people want to kill you, yeah, you kind of want to protect yourself. I feel like your ego kind of goes out the window there. That is no ego thing. And not to mention, we're talking about the most powerful man in the world. One of, man. Kind of got to protect that guy. The fuck? And if you can make it safer, you make it safer.
crowd size is a touchy subject for that man, and they were expecting some of the smallest crowds ever for an inauguration, even smaller than 2017, and we all know how that worked out, okay? Now, we've had really frigid, cold, even snowy inaugurations in the past. It's never been an issue. The issue is what would have been seen on camera, not just nationally, but internationally. It would have been an embarrassment. So what do you do in that situation when you know you don't have the crowds? You move the event to a smaller venue to make it appear more crowded. That rotunda is going to look packed, and it is going to be full of dignitaries, of officials, and that's cool, that's fine, but it's not going to be full of the quote-unquote adoring fans he thinks he has. Now, does he have support? Yes. Does he have the support he thinks he has, or that he even had in 2017? Absolutely not.
What does it matter? He already won. Everything you said is spoken like a person that's literally giving an analysis prior to the announcement of an election winner. Except in this case, he already won. What does any of that shit even mean? What does that do at the end of the day? I'm guessing it's a jab. It's a slight jab. Alright.
So I said I was not going to watch the inauguration, and I didn't, but it was on CBC radio, so if you heard some profanity and some screaming and some gestures from the 401, that was probably me. And while I have a lot to get my head around and stuff that, governments will look after, like tariffs and auto workers and all of that, what stood out to me is that Trump is catering to the whims of certain people with his two-gender policy, and he's going to erase.
Oh, you mean the majority? The majority. Is that what you mean? That's a weird way of saying majority, but that's what you meant.
What stood out to me is that Trump is catering to the
majority. Because that's what you do. Not only when you're president, but when you run a company, when you own a business, when you're the CEO of something, when you sell a product. You get reviews, you get comments, you get feedback. What do you do? Who do you listen to? The majority. You're welcome for that little tidbit of education.
whims of certain people with his two-gender policy, and he's going to erase the protections.
Kind of like your candidates focus so heavily on black people.
Certain people with his two-gender policy, and he's going to erase the protections for people that I love on both sides of the border, but specifically in the U.S., and it cannot.
Did you know that Obama deported more people than Trump ever has? I don't know if y'all knew that.
Creep up here. I'm so sorry if you are transgender, non-binary.
Literally nothing's gonna happen to you. You just can no longer put it onto children. Oh God. So awful. We can't fuck with the youth.
Any of the above. We see you and we love you and we're sorry.
And I'm gonna go throw up out of my asshole. Is what's gonna happen now. So, yeah. Oh. That was fun, but also kind of a headache because these people make you think, but not even in a good way. You know what I mean? Like Neil deGrasse Tyson will make you think. These motherfuckers make you think in not a good way. In just like a stupid way. An ass backwards way. A way that takes so much work and effort to think because you're not used to thinking this way that it's just like, how did you even come up with what? Like the flat earthers. Like, how did y'all even? I don't know. Which is why there's really no point in arguing with him, man. The best course of action is just point and laugh. Really. Because, I don't know, man. One side really shows out when they don't get their way, and the other side kind of just takes it on the chin, keeps on going, whatever. There's some disgruntled motherfuckers, but at the end of the day, I mean, like, dog. Oh no, I don't know. Oh, all right. Guys and gals, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm hungry. I gotta hit up I gotta go get some I gotta go get some tobacco. Well, I gotta go get some more Zins, actually. It's not really tobacco. And I might stop by the smoke shop. And then I'm gonna come back and probably hop on some Marvel Rivals. I may go live, so if y'all wanna hang out and chill with me while I play that, will be fun. So, love y'all. Have a good rest of y'all's evening. I will see y'all tomorrow. Add or DM me if you need anything. Wow. We've really been in this view the entire time? And y'all didn't even say anything? Did y'all even care that we were in this view the entire time? Holy fucking shit. We should have been here. But instead we were here. Fuck. No! I don't like streaming like that. For future reference, Kitsai, from now on, if you see me do that, let me know, say change it. I do not like streaming like that. I don't even like doing videos like that. If y'all thought that was on purpose, that was not. Fucking A. Anyways. Alright. I'll see you guys later.